So anybody that knows, like we've been going crazy with talking about like mythology and things of that nature, right? Um, and so hold on, because I want to make sure I pronounce it right. Um, one of the stories that I found to be one of the most uh like to tie a lot of stuff together. Like we've been looking at a lot of mythologies, a lot of we've been looking at the Bible, we've been looking at the the Sumerian tablets, man, any tablets you could think of, we looking at them. And one of the stories that I thought to me held a lot of information, right, was the Yaldabaoth story, right, about Sophia, Yaldabaoth, um, Sabayoth, right, and so where the great mother Sophia created Yaldabaoth and and threw him into the void, and in the void Yaldabaoth created the earth, um, and so the thing is, um, let's say I don't know who remembers this. What did Yaldabaoth create? So Sophia created Yaldabaoth, and then Yaldabaoth created what? Anybody remember what Yaldabaoth created? Who he created? They have a title.
Wasn't it? I thought it was a race or something.
So
And then
it was a group of people that he created.
yeah,
What's Cypher? At? Cypher. Who did Yaldabaoth create, bruh?
Nigga, I don't know. That's your story. I don't know.
Bruh. Y'all remember who Yaldabaoth created?
Is it
It was
like
it was
Titans or something?
it wasn't Titans. It wasn't Titans. It started with an A.
The Archons.
Anunnaki.
The Archons.
Archon.
He created the Archons, right? So guess what members of the fucking Boule are called?
Dun, dun,
You guessed it.
dun.
Archons.
Archons.
Ba, 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 ba.
Bro. That was one of them things I was like, hey, yo, hold the fuck up.
So maybe that's the king.
Yeah. Bruh.
Hold on, man. You said
Who said hold on?
You said Archon.
Yeah.
Hey,
Members of the Boule are called Archons.
what's a trip about that, man? Is we used to call each other that when I first came in the military under Army intelligence. They used the word Archon to associate like your grand intelligence officer. So basically, a snitch. That's what they used to get that title to.
Stop playing.
Dead ass.
Hey, yo. So check this out. All right. So Chico's still on the phone. We gonna go to this one. So check this out. In 1917, spy target was Black America. So this is a look like it was a commercial appeal written by the Commercial Appeal. I guess that's the place where this article appeared. Right, it was in Memphis, Tennessee. It appeared on March 21st, 1993, page A7. All right, so the title is in 1917, spy target was Black America. Okay, so let's matriculate through it right quick. So I'm gonna try to hit the important part. So if you see me saying da 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 da, that's me kind of skipping through some of the stuff. All right. So, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Van de Man created the Army's Black Spy Network in 1917. Okay. He continued to influence spying on American citizens until his death in 1952. The Commercial Appeals Review of Intelligence File shows. Okay. The spy system that would question the loyalties of Black Americans for generations began May 3rd, 1917. That day, Secretary of War Newt D. Baker ordered Van de Man to crank up the department's sleepy Military Intelligence Division, known as MID. That's Military Intelligence Division. Okay. Um, so the context is this: After declaring war on Germany, the United States needed an internal security network, right? The Army would provide it. The Secret Service and the Justice Department Infant Bureau of Investigations were too small and inexperienced to handle a large counter-espionage task. So pretty much after World War One, they were concerned that black people would start turning up, right? Because they knew they treated black people like shit in America. They like, hold on, we need to know what black people are doing, right? So we need some sort of some system to keep track of these Negroes. All right. So in June 2nd, 1917, a memo to Baker, he said the United States faced our four principal domestic enemies: the international workers of the world, a forerunner of the AFL-CIO, bitterly opposed the war, right? Opponents of the draft, socialist, and Negro unrest. All right. So this is the context. So they thought, so the four biggest problems in 1917, one of them was Negro unrest. All right. Racial unrest and violence disgusted Van der Man, according to the letters he wrote to his family while stationed in the Philippines in 1906. Let's see, his letters made special note of a riot by black soldiers in Brownsville, Texas, that left 2 white townspeople dead, plus riots in Atlanta in which 2 whites and 10 blacks were killed, and 5 times there were many wounded, and 5 times many were wounded, raped or tortured. Nigga, that wasn't black people doing the raping. Anyway, let's see. Similar violence erupted in 1917, and at the Military Intelligence Division, Van der Man was receiving reports of growing black militancy. So even in 1917, blacks was like, "Yo, nigga, fuck, we about this life. Got you." Let's see. On July 24th, a letter arrived from a group calling itself the Black Nation. The Germans has not done us any harm, and they cannot treat us any meaner than you all has. Beware when you train 50,000 or 60,000 of the Negro race. All right. So pretty much, that don't sound like. So honestly, listen to that shit. It sound like a white person wrote that bullshit. Right? Beware when you train us. Yeah, no, that's some bullshit. So that's cap right there. So somebody made up a reason to do the bullshit that they finna do right now. All right. In early July, race riots in East St. Louis had resulted in deaths of 39 blacks and 9 whites, and the call out of the Illinois National Guard to restore order. Okay. On July 30th in Waco, Texas, 20 black soldiers and 24th Infantry clashed with local authorities, leaving 1 black soldier dead and several whites wounded. All right. So it's going through a bunch of stuff. So just going through a bunch of different incidents, right? All right. So on August 2nd, Van Dam, then 52, walked into a small conference room in the WHO building in Washington and shared these reports with 10 military intelligence division staff members. He told them to launch an immediate comprehensive intelligence effort targeting Black America. All right. In a memo to Baker 9 days later, Van der Man declared that German influence was at the bottom of Negro unrest. So he's trying to say that, yo, the Germans are the problem. Yep, they're the reason that blacks are unhappy in America, right? Just like in Vietnam, right? Same thing happened in Vietnam. All right. He also predicted imminent violence of a serious nature among the nation's black population. On August 23rd, black soldiers in Houston rioted, leaving 17 black troops and white citizens dead. Baker's special assistant, Emmett Scott, wrote, Emmett Scott's a black dude, wrote Van der Man that black, somebody say something?
Bro, I'm sorry.
All right.
We have Emmett Scott's picture in our hallway, bro. That's why I'm laughing.
You got Emmett Scott's picture in your hallway?
No, at work. So remember I told you I was in the
Oh, at
intelligence
work?
unit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got his picture in our hallway. That's why I said the Archon, that's where that word comes from, because he was considered a snitch.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. Right? Emmett Scott wrote Van der Man that black troops' anger over mistreatment had caused the violence. But Van der Man ignored the explanation, as he would later efforts to dissuade him from his conviction that black descent stemmed from foreign-backed subversion. All right. He turns his attention to the black church after receiving a memo on August 28th from Major Walter H. Loving, a black soldier on his staff. Right. So now they're going to focus on the church. Here we go. Reverend Charles H. Williams, field secretary of the National Council of Churches, had told Loving no one was more influential in the black community than its ministers. So now this is where the corruption of the ministers comes, guys. All right. It's the army looking at them. All right. All right. There is no known record of Van Dam's response, though he told Major Fuller Potter, second in command of the MID's counterintelligence police in New York, that the black church will always be a target of our enemies. All right. So he's pretty much setting the stage to get the church under control. Right. So knowing the influence that the church has in the community, he like, yo, this is definitely where we need to start. Okay. Van Man therefore made the black church the military intelligence division's target. MID records show a consistent concern over the loyalty of black churchgoers and leaders despite large public demonstrations and patriotism, like the National Baptist Convention meeting that Army spies photographed on October 24th, 1918.
Oh, snap. You said the National Baptist Convention was involved in this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yo! Okay.
All right. So at this point, the spies are just there kind of photographing and seeing who's there, who's who, right? So they went to gather intel, right? So remember their whole thing is, yo, churches are where black people stage their meetings, and pastors are kind of in charge of how black people think. So we're going to target the church. Van Man's agents watched families that entertained troops, followed soldiers' girlfriends to determine their loyalty, watched hotels, and listened to Sunday sermons in black churches. So now understand this. If they're listening to sermons in black churches, who's there listening? It ain't white people. All right? It ain't white people. Only way to listen to this is if you in there, this 1917. All right, 1918, I'm sorry. All right, so Van Man also widened his investigation, establishing MID branch offices in New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, St. Louis, Salt Lake City, New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, laying the foundation for creation of 304 intelligence officers in the 60s. Van Man and Loving began recruiting informers within the black community. It's the military recruiting informants in the black community. Okay. Robert R. Moton, Booker T. Washington's successor at Tuskegee, came aboard, as did Dr. C.V. Roman of Nashville. All right. Caught that? Robert Morton, Booker T. Washington's successor at Tuskegee, agreed to be one of
You
the
said Robert
informants.
Moton.
Yeah,
Okay.
Moton. Robert Moton. Yeah. They sent Loving a list of potential black informants and troublemakers in the Mid-South. All right. Loving wrote Van Man on November 23rd, 1917, that Mr. Robert R. Church of Memphis, Tennessee, who is one of the wealthiest men of the race, has put me in touch with one prominent colored man in each of the largest southern cities. Loving also tried to tell Van Man that not all black descent arose from German influence. In December 2nd, 1917, letter, Loving sent Van Man a clip from the commercial appeal about Legion Scott, a black man burned at the stake by a mob after being accused of assaulting a Dyersburg, Tennessee woman. Is there not some way by which we may assure the colored people that the government will take steps to bring to justice the perpetrators of this awful crime? Loving asks. So even as dude is a snitch, he's like, yo, it seems like he's trying to convince, like, yo, these motherfuckers is mad because they being killed, not because it's the Germans. That's what it sounds like. He keep trying to tell us motherfucker that, yo, it ain't the Germans. It's the fact that motherfuckers is getting killed for no reason. But that's not what he wanted. It says, but the man wanted proof of subversion, not moral judgments. So the dude told me, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Just give me proof that they on some bullshit. Right? He hired Joel Spingarn, the white board chairman of the NAACP, and made him a major in the Military Intelligence Division in 1918. You hear that?
I fucking can't, bro.
Do you hear it?
Run that back one time for the people in the back. My haters in the chat.
All right. The man hired Joel Spingarn, the white board chairman of the NAACP, and made him a major in the Military Intelligence Division. All right.
Why did there ever need to be a white member as a part of the NAA?
They founded it. It
Right.
was founded by white people, bro.
Right. But after they founded it and we took it over, like
we never took it over.
Yeah, we never took it over.
It never been taken over. Never. And that's what's important to understand. It's never been taken over.
I mean, Lionel, Jay-Z don't name his goddamn record label off these motherfuckers.
Of course he has. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. When we get to the Boule and their influence today, that's definitely what we're gonna get. We're gonna get to that too. What up, bro?
Look in the chat real quick.
In the chat. Subversion, a cause of overthrow or destruction.
My bad. It's the picture I dropped of LeBron.
Oh, and it's in what you call it? Okay, got you.
Yeah, and this.
LeBron got a Boule tattoo on his chest.
Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way, boy.
Yeah, I didn't know Brown was a part of the Boule.
Oh yeah, you had to.
Shouts to the king, though. I'm just saying, though.
Oh yeah, had to.
You know who else has a tattoo allegedly?
May, was that you whispering to me? Who else has the tattoo allegedly? Go ahead, I'm listening.
George Floyd.
George Floyd?
Yep.
Stop playing. Find the picture and post it.
Dead ass?
Find the picture
I'll
and
post
post
it in the Discord.
All right, cool.
And then, did you know Philando Castile, who was also murdered by the cops here in the Twin Cities?
Yo.
His uncle, I believe, is also part of the Boule. And then, of course, Trayvon Martin's father is also part of the Boule, and I'll post those pictures in the Discord.
Right. All right, hold on. What was we at? Oh yeah. All right. So now we're talking about the chairman of the NAACP being hired by the military to spy on black people. Got you. All right. Here we go. So Spingarn and a black agent, Lieutenant T. Montgomery Gregory, ran a small unit of undercover agents, according to intelligence documents. The document shows Spingarn, who remained NAACP chairman during his tenure at the Military Intelligence Division, used his post to obtain critical information for MID, such as a list of the organization's 32,000 members. The NAACP gives an annual award named for Spingarn. Hey, yo. Okay.
Can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
There's a high school in DC called Spingarn. I just want to throw that out there. And it's predominantly black. Spingarn, say hi.
Hey, yo. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, let's see. Opening private mail became second nature during World War One. MID opened 100,000 pieces of mail a week, and surreptitiously subscribed to more than 60 black publications. Despite these efforts, Van der Man could not convince his superiors of the German orchestrated black subversion movement. But Luther Whiskey helped change that in February 1918. Whiskey, a German naval lieutenant, spy, and saboteur, gave Van der Man proof that blacks were the country's Achilles heel. So he invented some shit with a German dude. Got you. Okay. Whiskey and German spy Kurt A. Jank had been responsible for 3 bombings in the United States in 1916, 1917 that killed at least 16 and caused millions of dollars of damage to military installations. But in 1918, Whiskey and Janke and 6 other German agents were prepping to launch their most ambitious project from a base in Mexico. There is something terrible going to happen on the other side of the border when I get there, Whiskey told Colonel Paul Bernardo Etendorf, a 40-year-old native of Poland who served in the Mexican army and helped MID spy on Germans in Mexico. Atendorf helped Whiskey cross the border at Nogales, Arizona, where Whiskey was arrested. His luggage snatched from Bowman Hotel on the Mexican side contained coded messages and cipher tables, which Van der Man's cartographers soon broke. Those messages and other information developed through interrogating Whiskey and other uncovered plans to begin a revolution in America. Mines, factories, railroads, bridges, and telegraph and telephone systems were targeted for simultaneous explosions. Weapons and explosives had been smuggled into designated sites by truck and submarines, according to court-martial records and MID documents. Black British agent William Gleaves, who Whiskey thought was on his side, testified at Whiskey's court-martial at Fort Sam in Houston, Texas. I were to go and see the colored soldiers and the colored population and explain what we were going to carry out, that we were going to carry out a revolution. Gleaves said Whiskey intended to bribe black soldiers not to interfere when white officers ordered them to suppress strikers that Whiskey would organize to shut down vital industries. Whiskey confirmed that radical blacks had received messages and that German agents have hidden our explosives under colored homes and floorboards of colored churches. The information hit the War Department and the White House like German artillery. Van der Man, sitting in his new 7-story headquarters at 15th and M Street in Northwest, immediately cabled MID officers nationwide to make all efforts to uncover Negro subversion, weapons and explosives supplied by German agents in this country. Van der Man was given a free hand to eliminate the threat. It means fuck up black people. Got you. Army intelligence historian John P. Finnegan said Van der Man's emphasis on domestic spying helped the nation avoid serious social, industrial, and political disruption during World War I. The calmness of the American home front during World War I owed something to the fact that a good deal of time and effort was spent by many people, including members of the Military Intelligence Division, in making sure it stayed quiet. Yeah, that sounds like bullshit. Yet Finnegan said Van Diemen's belief that foreign subversion inspired dissent helped create an atmosphere of repression and conformity, which inevitably led to excesses of the Red Scare of the war. Okay. Let's see. What's include black Americans? Armed response continue accelerated years. Let's see. After his retirement in 1929, Van Diemen set up a private security firm in San Diego, from which he operated a right-wing intelligence network investigating communists and black radicals. Yeah. So all the black dudes that were involved were all Boule. So it was like 4 black dudes that were involved in this shit. All them dudes were Boule. Right? And so this is the military spying on Americans. Right? So deep, when you say your man's went missing in 1924, you best
He was part of
believe
the revolution.
somebody fingered him.
Yeah, when I was doing a little looking around, they said that he was possibly a prisoner of war or a casualty of the first war.
But how did his body
Mm-hmm.
just turn up in the 2000s?
Exactly. Not just the 2000s, like literally either 2019 or 2020.
That's wild. That is
So
wild. That's 100 years later.
Hmm.
No.
That's why I was asking if he that one personally was in it, but I did see one of the other two founders' name uh, associated with the Boule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so chances are he was in that shit too, bro.
So
Um,
now
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if the Great Eight is in there somewhere.
Hey, bro. So again, chances are, like Ragu, it's in there, right? Chico ain't been back yet. Where'd Chico go? See here? No, he ain't back yet. Okay. All right. So, any questions about what we done talked about so far?
How does this all fit with the timeline?
Say it
And
again.
like, I said, how does this all fit in with the timeline of
Yeah,
some of the
yeah, 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 yeah,
European
yeah.
black people that came here?
So it's looking to me like post Reconstruction. There was an effort by either. So remember, um, it was you had a bunch of people over here. So it wasn't. So you had the black Europeans that came over here voluntarily. You had some that were brought over here as indentured servants, right, or slaves, and then you had the native black Americans that were here, right. Um, at some point during the 1860s and the 1900s, there became a delineation, right, where a group of people were unhappy, right? So whether it was the black Europeans who had their land, who had their money, right, and were cool, right, and then you had the natives and the people that ran away and identified with the natives and joined in with the natives, who were like, "Yo, we still got invaders here," right? There was a need to control black people, right? So the one thing that we see is that whenever you leave black people alone, they figure it out, right? So, we're, we're only 100 years removed from an invasion, right? Only for 40 years out of um, the chattel slavery, right? And a lot of people know the history. They know where their lands are. They know where their families are. They they scattered all over the place. But yo, they'll figure it out, right? And that's kind of what the military intelligence division. It looks like that's what they were trying to keep from happening, right? Because if you notice in the article, it talked about several riots that black people were um, involved in. They're like, yo, it's bullshit going on, and we're not going to take it, right? Um, they were being mistreated and mistreated and mistreated, and they was getting pissed off, right? Um, so in terms of just keeping a hold of the local blacks is what it looks like. So it looks like they use similar people that came over here with their land. It's the people with the same mentality, right? The Black European mentality. You get what I'm saying? One of the things that I find interesting, so I always hear it, but like again, I hear a lot of stuff, right? So when you do this kind of fucking shit, when you in conspiracy circles and you listen to shit, and and your ears are open to all information, you hear things, right? And so you just don't know where to put it a lot of the times. So one of the things, if you listen to Shanjor, or like Big Chief or Yashik or any of them people that kind of talk, right? And they get to talking about the Black Europeans, right? They always talk about the fact that they keep up with their bloodline. So even today, there's knowledge of who the Black Europeans are. Like they know who the fucking the natives are. They know who the Black Europeans are. There's talks about that, right? I hear Shannon and them talk about that all the time. So when I hear a last name, and so this because I've heard them say this about him before. When you talk about the last name James, right? That's not a native Black American last name, right? And I instantly think about King James, right? Like, huh? I wonder if that's his lineage, right? Because they always talk about the Black people over here who are actually descendants of the Black Europeans, right? And like
Ooh,
I know,
light bulb.
I know, right? And so the one of the things that they often talk about is the people that they elevate are a lot of those people, right? Um, so those are the people that they kind of choose. Now, other people may come up, and if you come up, they'll recognize you and they'll embrace you. But I often hear that a lot of people that they elevate are those people. So that's one of the things that Shannon and them talk about. I find interesting. Again, I've never known where to put it. You get what I'm saying? Like, how does that fit in things that we talk about? So, um, so now I'm kind of developing the context for where to put it. You feel me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Linnell, what you're saying is you're not really coming up unless like your family tree is approved, kind of type.
Right. So that's the thing, right? So the thing is, I'm not going to say it's a 1-to-1 simple as that thing. However, I think they definitely elevate the family tree. They elevate based on family tree. But if somebody's talent or skills is undeniable, then I think they'll bring them in as well.
Right,
And
right.
the other thing is, and this kind of goes to what we were talking about earlier, right? If you show talent early on, right, then they'll try to keep you in the system, bring you so that you don't get out of their control and start and create an opposition to them, right? If you show a proclivity towards something that can go counter culture, counter what they want, then why not try to bring you in instead of leaving you out there, right? Which is
Exactly.
what the grooming process is for.
Yeah,
Feel me?
yeah, I feel you. I also think still like to be to chill at the top, um, uh, not including those people that they groom in, like your family tree, like has to be approved or overlooked by
Mm-hmm.
somebody.
Yeah. Facts. Facts. Um. Yeah. All right. Um. So that's cool. Anybody else had any questions about stuff that we talked about so far? So the the military intelligence department, right? The system they developed, again, the Black Boule, critically involved in that, right? As well as a lot of people that were in the Black community who weren't Black, right? All right. Um. All right. Hold on.
Lionel,
What's
just slightly on a bit of a tangent and listening to what you're saying, and there are so many parallels with what I know from my family history occurred in Ireland around about the same time. So yeah, I'm just listening to what you're saying, specifically around the the weaponization of the people. And their links to what happened over there, as a form of control.
Mm-hmm. All right. So see, that was the Black Spine. That was the Black Spine Network. Thought that was real interesting. So um, that's how they're that's their purpose, right? So they were created to keep an eye on Black society, right? Um, and then eventually, so they went from being the monitors, right, of Black people. Like, all right, yo, we got the what they call a talented 10th, right? So anybody that comes up, gets some money, yo, you bring them in, you make them part of the fraternity, right? You got secret handshakes, you got rituals that you do, right? All based in this one culture, this quote unquote Greek culture, right? Um, and so eventually they were they went from just kind of bringing in Black talent, right, to being weapons against the Black community, right? So that's what you saw um, in the article I just read, how they literally weaponized the Boule against Black people, right? And then you heard how they identified as early as 1917 the importance of controlling the Black church, right? And so, what does that mean? That means bringing in pastors, right? That means incentivizing pastors to fall in line with whatever is being pushed. Get what I'm saying? So the what you see as early as the 1900s is them trying to create a system to keep us under control. By that I mean just the native Black people in America, right? And I know one of the things they talked about in the article was that the stuff that was done in the MIB by uh, by the dude what's his name, the man or whatever his name was, I forgot it already. That's how insignificant it is. That was the basis for the spy network that continued into the 60s. So the network. So you know how we talk about the all the agents that was around Martin Luther King, right? So yeah, he was Boule, but he started talking about things that they didn't approve of, or that they're told, yo, this ain't what we doing, right? Um, so it's a bunch of agents around him, right? All them dudes is in the Boule. Jesse Jackson's definitely Boule. Get what I'm saying? So as you start looking at all the people that we throughout history, right, especially Black history, that were people of note, um, all those dudes was Boule, right? So they all know that their job is to counsel the king. So they know there's a king, and they know they got to serve him. So one of the things, as I was watching Steve Coakley's book, Steve Coakley's lecture. He said something that I thought was interesting. He was talking about, oh, somebody saying something?
Yeah.
What you got, bro?
What you know about the SCLC,
What you got?
Southern Christian Leadership
Yeah.
Conference?
No, I know that. CLC. What you got?
All the founders of this. Hold on, I'm about to verify completely, but founders of the SCLC were of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. Martin Luther King, Ralph Abernathy, etc.
Oh, you said the SCLC was founded by Alphas or Kappas?
The Alphas.
Oh,
No,
SCLC
no,
was
no.
founded by all the.
Kappas and Alphas. My bad. Kappas and
Yeah,
Alphas.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So Ralph Abernathy, yeah, he was Boule too. So Martin, Ralph, they were both Boule. Who else was on that joint? like I said, once you start dipping into the ministers, right? Because that's the that's a religious organization, right?
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, that's religious. So now you're talking Boule, right? So that was one of the goals of the MID, huh?
remember, Martin Luther King was a reverend too. Remember?
Yeah, buddy. hmm he was Boule. His dad was Boule, right? So he was born into it, right? So people forget that dude was actually born into it, right? His dad was a bigwig at Morehouse, right? And so we hadn't even talked about the role of HBCUs in the process, right? We ain't talked about the HBCUs being cone factories. So we're gonna get to that in a whole second. All right. We're gonna get to the cone factories in a whole second. Um yeah, hey Jamal, yeah. Jesse definitely helped get the D done, right? We say now that was my man Billy Kyles that said he lined him up. So Billy Kyle said it as he moved out the way so that the dude could get a better shot. Right? That was Billy Kyle that lined him up. Right? Um, so yeah. No, but a lot of the organizations, right? So I'm willing to bet if you look into a lot of the organizations in the 60s, especially the ones that were talking integration, right? And peaceful protesting, right? And getting people registered to vote, all of that stuff. Anybody that was advocating integration and working within the system, right? I'm willing to bet all of those dudes were Boule or at least Boule affiliated, right? Or were moved by the Boule, right? So remember, the whole point is to keep Black people involved, right? And so we talk about this all the time, right? As long as people are involved in the system, they're not likely to revolt, right? You don't rebel against the system you're involved in. Um, the powers that be get nervous when people disengage from the system because people don't disengage to not do nothing. That's not how people operate, right? And so there's a huge push, even today, right? There's a huge push to keep people involved in the system because once you um, once you step away from the system, you start trying to figure things out on your own, right? So any organization where you see people advocating such things like people like John Lewis, right? Um, anybody talking talking uh, this getting involved in the system stuff, all of them, especially ones that are in positions of leadership. Anybody involved in government, involved in involved in government, involved in education, a lot of professors, right? Um, the TV analysts, anybody with any kind of sway, right? They're going to keep. Those are the people that they keep that are part of the organization. As a matter of fact, hey yo, Guga and Naji, y'all here? Let me get a. While y'all there, give me a list of popular people today that are Boule. So I know it's a list out there because I've seen it.
Yeah, I got you.
Cool.
Already.
Yeah, cool. So here, hold on. Oh, you know where I keep asking questions or asking people with questions. I need to open the stage up. Yeah, I open the stage up. So I just open the stage up. So if you're in the goo, you got questions about anything we talked about so far, y'all can pop on up. Um,
Now I'm pretty sure y'all touched on W.E.B. Du Bois, and I missed it. So I just want to end that off by saying W.E.B. Du Bois was a vintage bitch of American history, and I rest my case.
yeah,
Yeah, back.
Yeah, I think we touched on
Hey,
WEB a little bit,
Cosby
dog.
too, bro. Um,
Huh?
Bill Cosby.
Cosby.
Marilyn Monroe said, and that's a nice name, sis. But Bill Cosby, yeah, Bill Cosby is one she said. I was just putting it out there for her. She didn't want to come on
Oh,
stage.
Melon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, good stuff. Um, yeah. So, kind of some of the things I wanted to look at today. Well, let's look at what does that look like now, right? So we see how it functioned um previously, right? So we see kind of the history of where it comes from, right, and what it's for, right? So now the question is, what does that look like now, right? So that's why I kind of wanted Najee to, or either Najee Gugat or anybody who's there. So give me some people today, because it's like I said, I've seen a list of Boule people, huh?
Uh, Kamala Harris, Ketanji Brown. Um, hold on. They ain't tagging them all on a big list. They try to be funny about it.
AOC.
Hey, what'd you just say?
AOC, the
AO, you
congresswoman.
said AOC? You
AOC, yeah.
you sure?
Not gonna be in
Yeah.
the. You'll be in
Because
like
you
Nah,
know,
she can't
because
be
you
in
know
the
the boule
Boule.
is just not for black people now. You know that, right?
no, but I'm saying she might be. Hold on, let me just look.
Because
Yeah,
they have
yeah, yeah.
sectors, just like how the masonry has sectors, the boule has sectors as well. And the boule, like,
What's her real name, man?
because you know how you said earlier the
Alexandria
links.
Ocasio Cortez.
Yeah, yeah, Casio Cortez.
Because you know how you said earlier that the links are like similar, or
Yeah,
like
that's
the
the
woman
yeah.
vision of the boule. Like they're all somehow, some way intertwined, even though they'll be different organizations. They're like the sister group of that, right? Huh?
She was in Alpha Lambda alumni chapter of Omega Phi Beta, which is Puerto Rican. No, is it a white sorority? She was in the. Damn it. I think she was in the white sorority. Or let me look and see what the name of this place is.
I read somewhere that she was a part of it.
Yeah, but she don't necessarily have to be in the black boule. She can be in the regular white sororities too.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't know if it's the women's sector or the actual boule, but like at there is a stage where it's like they put like POCs together. So it's not just predominantly black people. It's any melanated folk. So maybe it's a branch that's just like how there's the links. Maybe it's a different branch within the boule that's for like your Latin group, and then maybe like they have different sectors for like each region. But I know she's a part of it and she has connections within the boule.
So in the Discord, I just put a list, well, a link to a list of,
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
okay, bet.
Uh, yeah, but thing is, most of the people on this list, people on this,
Some on 'em dead,
people
some
with,
on 'em out, and some
yeah,
on 'em is
yeah, a lot of these
present.
motherfuckers is, yeah. But thing is, like, if I could read off the list of names, because I'm looking, I'm like, I'm trying to see how many people I know, and I'm like, nigga, I don't know none of
None
these
of 'em.
niggas. Oh shit, Kevin Johnson, dude, he played in the NBA. I know Kevin Johnson. They put Kevin Johnson in the Boule. Oh wow, okay. Y'all remember Kevin Johnson? He played for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, so
He played with like Dan Marley. That's wild. Okay, because he's a mayor now. So he ran for mayor in like Arizona. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, AOC is in a white sorority, but it's the same shit. If you want to be honest,
Okay.
same shit.
so so Kevin Johnson
He's
is
white.
probably uh, um is an example of what we're talking about, right? So somebody whom, like I said, he was a basketball player. He's nice too. He is a guard.
Also,
But go ahead.
also Lenny Wilkins.
Lenny did Lenny Wilkins run for office? Is he a politician now? So that's what I mean. So as soon as Kevin Johnson turned to politics, now they got to recruit him. So now he's got to be part of it because what's my anybody ever seen Godfather 3? I know y'all be hating on Godfather 3, but Godfather 3 is the shit, right? So it was a line in there. Hey man, first of all, don't do that. It was a line in there
My bad.
where they talked about they had to meet. You know what I'm saying? I think Pacino wanted to be part of this board, right? It was this big deal in the Vatican, and the dude was like, "Yo, we got to make sure our ships are sailing in the same direction, right?" So as soon as Kevin Johnson, because the thing is, once you're a hooper, you automatically popular amongst the people, right? So you can win. Now they want to bring him in to make sure that he don't go rogue, right? So yeah, so that's the kind of recruiting that I'm talking about, right? Where they didn't care about him when he was just a hooper. Once he turns his attention towards something that could actually move people, now it's all right. Come on, son, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Now let's talk about it. Hmm.
But do you think to that aspect, some of them are fashioned to be able to do it? Like, you know what I'm saying, from the get go? Because, right, like, because I've been thinking about this lately. Like, Prince, I think it was recently. Um, they discovered like some tape of this dude when he was like 10 years old on the street in New York, and it was supposed to be like random and happenstance. But when you think about it to the level of what we talk about it, it's like, dude, like how you're saying, once you have a following, but at what point is it not an artificial following ever, if that makes sense? So like Toby Maguire and what's his name are always shown together as kids. Leo DiCaprio as kids. You feel me? Like coming up and being like, I guess, groomed from a child
Like
all the
Tupac.
way up.
None of these situations are
Like
happenstances.
Tupac.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, so like you're saying, once they build it, while I think some of them do, I really think a lot of the people in power or places of position and on TV and shit, quote unquote, are groomed from a very, very young age.
So, Mark, just to speak to that a little bit, like Prince's dad, also whose stage name was Prince, and like had his own. He was in the music industry, and he was also friends with the family of Larry Graham, and Larry Graham later became close to Prince later on. Like, so yeah, so Prince has been in the music
Hey,
industry to an
that's
extent since
Graham
childhood.
page.
What?
Guess who Larry Graham is related to?
Drake.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
And like, what really made me start thinking about it is because I saw a couple of soccer players, right? So in Europe they have academies for soccer players, and I want to say it was just one. I want to say it was Kevin De Bruyne. He's like one of the top soccer players right now, and they were interviewing him, and they picked out this interview of him as a little kid at one of these clubs. And what was really, really weird about it was like, it was like 15, 20 kids, like in a random group, right? But when they went up to these group of kids to start interviewing them, they like took the trouble to break through this crowd of kids and find this dude to bring him to the front to interview. And you know what I'm saying? And they're playing this interview that they took years ago, but it looks like they planned this shit the whole time. And it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really think most of these people, like politicians and shit like that, are just like from a regular world, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So oddly enough,
real quick, bro.
go ahead.
Fucking Dave Chappelle, bro. Dave Chappelle's dad was a fucking civil rights leader
You
Facts.
gone too far. You gone too far.
Dave
Ain't that a bitch?
Chappelle,
This is
Dave
where I
Who
draw the
cares what
line.
Ja Rule thinks in a
Chappelle,
time like this,
This
Dave,
is where I draw the line. We're not about to do this.
Dave,
Nobody is safe here. Nobody is safe.
Dave,
Nah, Dave Chappelle is a protected male of the
nah,
community, bro. We're not about to do this, bro.
Dave Chappelle's father, William, aka Bill David Chappelle, 1938 through
Bill.
1998. Yeah, was born in December 16, 1938 in Columbia, South Carolina. The only child of whoop de whoop blah blah blah. Let's skip to it. He was a member of Phi Kappa Phi. Uh, William was had a beautiful bass baritone voice or whatever, but let's go to his activism. He was a social justice activist and civil rights organizer. He served on the Yellow Springs Humans Relation Commission in the 70s. He was an African American cross cultural worker. The Guess Who's Coming to Dinner showcase. He did a lot of grassroots stuff with Dr. Jim Dunn, the organization HUMAN, Help Us Make a Nation. Um, But yeah, that's Dave Chappelle's pops, which goes to what I was talking about a couple of months ago, where I was saying that Dave Chappelle's lineage goes all the way back to the inception of America. Like his great 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 father is one of like because he talked about it in one of his stand-ups about how his dad was a part of the original 13 colonies. One, not his dad, but one of his
He
ancestors.
did. Yeah, I remember that.
Original 13 colonies, which goes into his family being a part of the black nobility that came from Europe. So it goes into what Mark is saying. There ain't no grassroots like that bullshit about Dave Chappelle saying that he wanted to be a child comedian at a young age, and it just happened because his parents was like, yeah, you can do it as long as you do this, that, and the other thing. Nah, it's kind of like you in the bloodline. That's what you want to do. Let's do it. And
Well, and other fun. Oh, go ahead.
and that's the only reason he's So a lot of people don't know that that's where his dad like civil rights beginning came from is in Ohio. So that's why he keeps going back because he loves Ohio.
The views here are not the views of Tato, Vigor for Pain, and like I said, there's no Dave slander, my nigga. What are we doing?
Well, ain't
He
that a
also went
bitch?
Hey
to Chingy,
yo.
Linnell.
He hangs out with Chingy and them.
Yo.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, but so this is the thing, bro. Now, I think to what you were saying, Mark, um who was that? I forget. I was watching some video and they were talking about it might have been like an Alex Jones video. You'll see Alex Jones when he talked about like Obama and all the kids that were kind of raised around him. Like he was raised in this place. And he said Obama, it was somebody he was talking to. And he said Obama knew when he was a teenager that he was going to be president. Right? So it kind of goes back to what you're talking about the myth of organic and grassroots. Right? So what's presented to us as organic and grassroots and these guys coming out of nowhere, it's a lot of theater, right? So we talk about theater. We say theater all the time. And so the thing is, I don't think we really appreciate how much time and effort they go into about they go through a lot of trouble giving us the theater or presenting the theater to us, right? So if a 48-year-old man knew for the last 35 years or so that he was going to be president, to your point, Mark, they identify kids with talent early, right? I mean, they do the same thing in the AAU circuit. So LeBron James didn't come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That LeBron James was LeBron James when he was in grammar school. Like they knew from grammar school
Yeesh.
that this dude was gonna be a beast. Huh?
What's that?
What happened? Nah, did you say something, bro?
No, that's Picasso to keep doing.
Oh,
Wait, what you say?
yeah. No, I thought you were
Oh
saying
yeah, I
something,
was
bro.
saying you see a Jack and the Beanstalk, running down the court in high school. LeBron James, you think he ain't gonna be a pro? Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah. So nah. So to your point, Mark, a lot of the people. Um, I think it's harder to do it with with athletes, right? Because you can spot the talent early, but they still got to maintain it. So I think it's a lot of failed people that they try to put up, but it's easier to do it with like politicians, right? So it's easier to groom politicians from young, from birth. It's easier to groom stars and actors and dancers and stuff from birth, right? So from kids, like you say, right? I think a lot of
kids.
right.
I'm sorry.
Hey yo, who is that? Who is that?
It was Picasso.
Picasso.
You
Hey,
too close
Picasso.
to the mic. You too
Hey
close to
man,
the
your
mic,
mic is
Picasso.
Oh,
jacked
my
up,
bad,
man.
You too
y'all.
close,
You
man.
gotta
You
get
too
My
that.
bad,
close.
y'all.
You gotta get
You
that out
might
your
need
throat,
you might
man.
need to
Dang.
take a headset off or something.
Yeah, he got that joint in his
My
throat.
bad, y'all. My
Like
bad.
what?
New technology. New
Yeah, there
technology.
you go.
All
There
right,
you
we
go. All
got
right,
you.
that
You
sounds
sound
much
better.
better. Yeah,
Pause.
yeah. So yeah.
Liddell, did you
Uh.
watch Professor Small's video?
you said- Did I go? Oh, with the Prince Hall Masons.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was going over it, but I didn't finish it because I was so because I think it's a little different. I don't think it's much different, but I think it's a little different, right? Um, and I'll tell you why, right? This kind of goes to the thing that we talk to Jr. about, or that Jr. tries to impress upon us, right? So, and I'll say this just about masonry in general. Um, what something is intended to be versus what something is, I think, can be different, right? So I think a lot of times there are intentions behind things, and then they get corrupted, right? So what I'll say is this: even when James Smalls was talking about masonry, the Prince Hall masonry, I'm talking about. So when he was talking about Prince Hall masonry, right? The way he talked about it was from its inception being something decent, right? Now, whether it got corrupted, you know what I'm saying, along the way, that's unfortunate, right? However, the Boule was always intended to be some bullshit, right? And so that's why that's what I think the difference is. Now, have the Boule invaded Masonry? Probably so, right? But to me, that's still the Boule controlling it. It's not necessarily the Masons' fault, or at least not the Prince Hall Masons' fault. We can get into the other shit, and you get. Hey, am I making sense to you?
Yeah, that's making sense.
Yeah,
Who got?
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, to me, the bullshit that we might see with the at least like I said, I'm talking strictly from the Prince Hall Masons right now because that's the black organization. The bullshit that we see with the Prince Hall Masons, because honestly, um, I don't think the real motherfucking the real controllers would tell black people, you know what I'm saying, the plan. You get what I'm saying? Um, so what happened? What's going on with the with Prince Hall Masons and the bullshit that we see out of them? I honestly think is the infestation of the Boule, right? Because the Boule we know are the are controlled by other entities, right? Take orders
What do they
from
know
the quote
about
unquote
Prince
king.
Hall?
So I mean, even in the interview you sent me with James Small, so he talks about like, Prince Hall didn't start it by himself. It was him and some other people. It's just that they call it Prince Hall, right? So the way and that's the other thing I was listening to him describe the origins of it, which was
Yeah, like he could have
the
been a free man, could have been, or bought
yeah.
himself
So
out,
right,
or I don't know if I buy that.
exactly. Yeah. You say you don't know if you buy it.
No, and the name alone, like Prince Hall, like I'm like, maybe you
Like
are some
dance hall.
well-to-do European more or whatever. And
Yeah.
then
So listening to. Oh, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
no, and then the other thing is like I guess there's like a Manly P Hall, which is like the white equivalent. So like just the corruption of the name and the confusion between the two. But anyways, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Linnell, real quick. So, great grandfather of Dave Chappelle was quote unquote a slave or whatever, but he was a pastor. And then he also later became the president of Allen University in Columbia. Do you know what Allen University is?
Nah, what's that?
HBCU. He was the president.
Of course he was. Of course he was. So yeah, we gonna get into the cone factories in a whole second. We're gonna get into the cone factories in a second.
Wait, Najee, did I hear you say that somebody who was a slave became the president of the university?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, so this kind of goes to what Guga was talking about a lot of the stories we get about who people are versus the real story, right? So just know, hey, Guga, when I was listening to James Small tell the history of it, you know I got major side eye going.
Mm-hmm.
Major. So just listening to the story because they try to take it back to the 1700s. I'm like, word. So to your point, who was Prince Hall? Don't know. So all I know is they have a story, right? How accurate the story is, how um yeah, how complete, how truthful. Like a lot of stuff I don't think they know. You know what I'm saying? They know what they're told. That's why I don't be tripping on people who repeating what they fucking told. You know what I mean? If you in an organization and you're like, yo, I'm in this organization and this what they tell me is this is what it is. All right. Like who am I to argue? I get it. So that's like me arguing with the with customer service on the phone, man. Give me your manager, dude. I know you can't do nothing, bro. So I don't argue with low level people. You saying this is your history because that's what you read in the book. Let's go
You
with
go
it. You
you
know
go right to the source.
I do. I do, brother. So yeah.
Did you hear the part real quick about the part? What did it say about the lawyers that represented the KKK members that burned down Tulsa were members of the African Brotherhood? Something like that. Did you hear that?
No, no, no. I missed that part. What? Say it
He just
again?
kind of slipped it in there, but basically he was talking about how there was some sort of fraternity and that they were called exactly what I just said. I think like Rich was asking him something about Tulsa, and he's like, yeah, the lawyers that represented the white KKK members were members of the African Brotherhood.
I
Something like
do
that.
remember him saying that. Yeah. He did slip it up in there. It was real slick. It was real
Yeah, and
slick.
it was like open shut. That was it. So I want to know who they are.
Didn't Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle do a sketch on his Chappelle show regarding that?
Regarding what?
There was a it was a blind African American man.
Oh no, the black white supremacists.
Yeah.
Saying Bixby.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, there was. Oh, there go Chico. Hey Chico, you good for a water break, bro? Chico here? Chico. Chico, you there? Okay. Lynn, what's going on?
Wagwan. I had to jump in because but in 2020, and I got a chance to speak to one of the ancestors that actually still owns and operates I think it's a bookstore, talking about how the Tulsa race riot had to do with race, but it was a lot of you know coonery black people who were involved in that, such as Dick Rowland. He was already married to the white woman that they said that he allegedly raped. He was actually married to her. And then I believe in 2020, they had a whole 120th anniversary celebrating integration. So hearing the Queen speak on that, it kind of just ignited me to come up to the stage. But peace to the room. About to take my water break. How y'all doing? Right?
All right. Wait a minute, hold on. So a quick sidebar. You said that the story behind that, the black dude was already married to the white chick. Is that what you said?
Yeah, his name is Dick Rowland, and you know the story about, or the allegedly, I guess he uh, raped her in the elevator. That was all false. And this lady was like good 80, 80, about 90 years old. So I definitely listened and everything. But yeah, she was saying how Dick Rowland was actually already married to the white lady, and they actually already had kids together, and it was, pushback from, the native blacks, and then the Negroes, or the niggas, the ones who want to sell out. So yeah, I want to definitely hear
Mm-hmm.
more about that, because when we do get into the HBCUs, or the the coon factories,
Mm, bruh,
that's a
no
new one.
coon.
That's interesting, because it's like, a lot of these things were founded by white people, Caucasians. So yeah, it's interesting. Allegedly, yeah.
Hey, yo. So, no. You know what? Regardless of who founded it, what they produce, and what's going on there now, my G, is a whole scene. All right. You get you some top quality coons from the HBCU, Jack. Swear to God. Um, but what was we talking about? Uh, Najee. So Najee, you started this talking about what was you talking about?
Yeah,
Oh, Dave Chappelle. Yeah. So no, the thing is,
that's Mark.
huh?
Mark talks about being groomed from birth.
Yeah. No, Dave, like because he had talked about that before, and I had heard him talk about that. No, me and Guga was talking about Guga was talking about the James Small interview when he talked about who defended the some of the people that burned down the church. Yeah. So even the narrative about what happened in Tulsa is different. It's Nomad here, Nomad loves talking about that shit. How Tulsa was a reservation, and that
Hey,
was pretty much about the land.
hey, bro,
Um,
this else is weird to me too.
oh shit, what you got, Najee?
I'm looking into his ancestry, and the furthest it goes back is his great great grandparents, right? So I'm gonna start from him on up. I'm gonna go backwards. It's short. So you got David Kyrie Weather or Dave Chappelle, um, born in I guess '73 in Washington D.C. Then his parents were William David Chappelle. No, wait, yeah, William David Chappelle the third, which is his father, and his mom's name is Yvonne K. Reed. And his grandparents, I'm guessing this is on his dad's side. And you got Henry Talmadge Chappelle, who was from Nashville, Tennessee. Um, his wife was Leola Weber, and then I guess his mom's people were George uh, Raymond Reed and Beatrice Murray. You go back another, we got the great grandparents now. So you got William David Chappelle the first, who was the president of Allen University, and he was a bishop, and then he was an alpha too, I think. And I'm guessing his wife's name was Rosina C. Palmer. Now here's where it gets weird. You go back another generation to the great great parents, and you got Henry Chappelle, right? Then you got a Patsy McCroy, and then you got a Robert J. Palmer, who was a wealthy landowner and merchant and a member of the Black Majority South Carolina legislature. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck is he related to, because if Henry Chappelle is his great great grandfather, who is this Palmer dude? And then why is this Palmer dude? Is this a family friend? Because his son is married to a Rosina Palmer from South Carolina too.
Mm, so the
Was
so
he?
when
I don't
huh?
know. The way is it looked weird. So I don't know if he married to this person or what. I'm trying to figure out how the Palmers get into his family because this Palmer dude was rich.
Can I get that Palmer name again?
Yeah, Robert J. Palmer and then Rosina C. Palmer out of South Carolina.
Hey, Guga, what did you just drop?
The logo for the African Blood Brotherhood, and then something on the founder.
So, is this the dude that this organization that you said defended the people that burnt up
Yeah.
Tulsa?
hmm
So Cyril Valentine Briggs is a black dude.
Did you
writer, communist, political activist. Huh?
did you see what Tim just dropped?
No, hold on, wait.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. The Crusaders, a semi and a seminal New York magazine of the New Negro movement in the 20s, and founder of the African Blood Brotherhood, a small but historically important radical organization dedicated to advancing the cause of Pan Africanism. Whoa! So the Pan Africanists
Are we going there
gave the
tonight?
lawyer for the people that burnt down the Tulsa, that burnt down the shit in Tulsa. Is that what you said?
Listen, I just need more information, okay? But it's possible. I don't know.
Yo. So, because this is what James Small was saying, right? That, hey, yo, cue that up. Can you cue that part up and play it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for it.
All right, it was in the. I seen it. It wasn't too deep into it, but yeah, go look for it. Cue that part up and play
Hmm.
it. Because I want hear people to. I want people to hear what we're talking about. Because I know we talking about. I want them to hear it. All right, what did Tim just drop, Najee?
He dropped something about. He said, "How about this for a conspiracy?" Elisa Garza. I'm trying to figure out. Is an American civil rights activist and writer known for co-founding the international Black Lives Matter. Right? She was
Yeah,
flooded
that's her.
issue of health, student services, and rights for domestic workers. Blah blah blah. Moving on. So other names for her is Alicia Schwartz. George, like,
Oh, and then if you look at George Soros' birth name, it's Georgie Swartz. Is
Georgie.
Todd saying that Alicia Garza is a descendant of George Soros?
Stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
hey, Mike Epsy. Oh
Hmm.
shit. Nah, this is Mississippi. Hold on, I'll be back.
Yeah. So, okay. There you go, Black Lives Matter. Gotta love it.
You can follow the path as well to the lady who was sitting on the board as the treasurer for Black Lives Matter Foundation. Um, I'll have to pull her name up again. But she's a
Ain't that
white
the
lady.
chick that was did like a bombing or some shit like that? That Obama pardon?
Yes, she served time. Not suspected or alleged. She served fucking time, like
Clinton.
convicted in time. And yeah,
What you saying, Chop? Was that
Nah,
Chop talking?
that Clinton was the one that pardoned her. Her name is Susan Rosenberg.
yes, that's the one.
Ah, that's
That's
right.
the
There
one.
you go.
She, I believe, has ties as well too with the radical group that she has ties to. I remember I went down this whole. I think the group that she has ties to had another tie to a Soros event and a group as well too. So it was kind of like you put all those things together. And again, too many coincidences to start statistically being possible as a happenstance.
Yo. All right. Yo.
Deep. From what you posted, you're saying that the Black Boule is still in enactment today, but it's on some secret stuff. Because Mike Epsby lives in Mississippi now, right?
Hmm.
And he is related to my best friend's family. So, hey, Linnell, I'm thinking. You remember how I told you, like growing up, that like Jackson, Mississippi is like all black town, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
From civil rights, not civil rights, from government to how the business is working and stuff, and then like
Yeah.
during the '90s, it was a direct turn, and like it's still black owned, but it's just super corrupt now.
Mm-hmm.
Now the deep is posting this. I'm thinking Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi was probably one of them places, but they destroyed them in a business way. not so much as like destroying it physically, like bombing it or whatever. Because I've been thinking about this for a long time. How you got all black police officers, all like you a major city in a racist, quote unquote racist state, but you got all black congressmen in your not congressmen, yeah, city legislature in your capital city and everything, and but it's surrounded by all this other stuff. And
Who's that dude, Ernest Green?
civil rights leader from Arkansas, right? D.
I can go back and look off of that site.
He was one of the Little Rock Nine, a group of
No, don't worry about it.
he was one of the Little Rock Nine, a group of African American students in 1957. Um, Waiting for the page to reload back up. He won a congressional medal from Bill Clinton. What else? He was an Eagle Scout. Career.
I just want to know what he did
Been
as
an apprentice
an adult. What did he do as an adult?
right now. So, uh, Eagle Scout. Moving on. Career. All right. He received an apprenticeship at Adolph Institute. Um, a program designed to help minority women in the South with career development issues. He was in Jimmy Carter's administration, bro.
Okay, all right. So in politics, I got
Yeah.
you.
He's the
All right,
director of the A. Philip Randolph Education Fund, and then he served as Assistant Secretary of Labor during Jimmy
okay,
Carter's administration.
got you. All right, cool. So, no man, where you at, man? What happened? You supposed to remind me to reset, bro. We've been going for what 3 hours and I ain't even reset. I ain't reset not once. All right. Don't be on mic now, goddammit. You ain't said a word. We've been up here low key cooking for a couple hours. All right, cool. So let's do a real quick reset, guys. First of all, welcome to the conspiracy cookout. So today we're talking about the Boule, right? And their role in acting as gatekeepers in Black society, right? Because that's essentially what they are, right? So um, these are the people who act as barriers to Black people moving forward because their job is to um, serve the king. All right. Um, Traditionally, the term boule comes from a council that advises the king, right? So, in order to be on the council that advises the king, you got to know who the king is. So that means somebody is controlling them, right? They from their origins in 1904, their job was to kind of corral the black elites, quote unquote, right? um, and then they start setting up systems um, to funnel those that would be black elites to them. So that's where your sororities and fraternities come from, right? So if you look at the as you start looking at the structures of the fraternal organizations and sororities, you'll see it's structured just like the Boule. The Boule structured themselves after the Skull and Bones Society founded at Yale, which is a secret society, right? Who considers themselves the hidden hand. Okay, so in essence, the Boule structured themselves um, and operates um, at the behest of the hidden hand. Okay. Um, so we went through a couple of things. So we went through an LA Times article that kind of that broke down a lot of the prominent members of the Boule in 1990. Um, so all the mayors, Congress people, people that worked in presidential administrations, a lot of doctors, lawyers, entertainers, right, are all in the Boule. Um, so it goes both ways. Where sometimes you can be born into it, and I think that's what we were talking about with some of the people today. Who's so somebody like Martin Luther King was born into it, where his dad was connected. The way he was brought up, I think he graduated college at like what 15 or 16 or some shit. I don't know. How old was Martin Luther King when he graduated college? Like 16 or some shit. But somebody like him, they identified early because his dad was Boule. They brought him in and they used him, right? So he was one of them people that had connections because he was Boule, had connections with a lot of people with money, got funded, um, and operated doing the job of what the hidden hand kind of wanted, right? Then you got people who get invited into it because of their accomplishments, and they get invited into it to keep them from using from using their influence to move Black people in a direction um, that isn't generally wanted, right? So I think one of the things I saw earlier that Deepak posted on the website was Kevin Johnson, right? So anybody that's familiar with basketball, and that's my age, knows Kevin Johnson played for the Phoenix Suns. Real good basketball player, right? When he retired, I remember he went into politics after he retired. And now you see him as a member of the Boule, right? Or what's it, Sigma Pi Phi, whatever. He's a member of the Boule. And for him, that's somebody that came up that has a lot of influence, and they kind of want to keep him in the fold because if you let him go rogue, you never know what might happen, right? So it's important to understand that all the Black people that you see in positions of power, they get recruited. Either they were put in power because they're in the Boule, or they get recruited to the Boule, right? It's one or the other, right? And the entire purpose of the Boule is to keep Black people under control, right? So one of the other articles that we went through was it was an article about the Army's Black spy system, where they used the Boule to develop spies in the Black community, um, focusing on the church, but they're everywhere, right? To identify dissonance or people who are who might be unhappy, and people that the government might need to keep track of, right? So they did this in the fucking 20s. So that's how long the church has been fucking corrupted, right? The church has been corrupted since the 20s, right? That's when the government started targeting them. All right, so it's important to understand that. All right, the government literally started targeting the church, the Black church in the 20s. Right, started they implemented and deployed a system of spies in the Black community. Got me? So it's important to understand that. Right, so we've never not been left alone. Right, for as long as they've been harassing us and mistreating us. They've also been spying on us and subverting any efforts that we tried to make. One of the things that's important to understand are the people that are involved. I think one of the, well, it's no surprise, but one of the president of the board of the NAACP, who happened to be a white dude, was a spy for the military,
Oh
right?
Lord.
So that's that's what I mean about it's been there. So this is back in the 20s. Right, so he was on the board. He was on the board of NAACP. The military hired him on into the intelligence division to spy on Black people, and he did his job.
What wasn't Josephine Baker a spy?
Was she a spy against Black people for the military?
Mm-hmm.
No, I hadn't heard that, bro. You gotta find me something that says that, dog. Find me something that says that. Right. So yeah, I hadn't heard that. I mean, I don't know. I hadn't heard that
Here's
shit.
the plot thickens.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an app called IMVU, if you've heard of it,
No, I ain't
and
never heard that joint.
it's a metaverse app where you can
Okay.
create a virtual reality version of yourself.
Yeah.
So they interviewed me right last year, because apparently I healed myself to walk again after being paralyzed for 2 years during the pandemic. And I said that I used their app to assist as well, by visually seeing myself walking again in a virtual reality character. I tricked my mind to say, "Nigga, get the fuck up, walk." The plot thickens. The app has spies working for the goddamn app. They ask questions when applying for different positions, and it said, "Do you have any clearances?" I'm like, "Clearances, nigga, what?" So they're everywhere.
Mm. That's wild.
I
Hey,
know.
yo, my man, wait, you walking
Hell
again now?
yeah.
And yo, you ain't found time to get up out your wheelchair, walk over and change the battery in your smoke detector? Or you
Look, let me
going on
tell you.
mute?
Ain't that a
You going on
bitch?
mute? On mute.
Let me tell you. The universe is good because
Man,
I turned that
there you
smoke
go right
alarm.
there.
Let me tell you. We selling during the pandemic affirmation smoke alarms. Every time you hear the motherfucking beep, you got more money in your bank account. You
Man,
got
just
good
go and
health.
turn that goddamn thing off. You sound like a single woman over there, man. Go turn that
Ain't
shit
that a
off,
bitch?
man. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
apparently the smoke alarm is childproof and adult proof. I tried to dismember the motherfucker, but it just won't work.
God damn it. All right. But yeah, so that's what we done talked about so far, right? Just looking at the role of the Boule, right? So we looked at it at its inception, right? Being constructed to control black people. Then we looked at how it was weaponized against black people in 1917.
Hey,
Go
Lynell,
ahead, whatever.
he is right. Josephine Baker was a French spy for the French Resistance. And, yeah, in
Yeah,
the
that's
Second
correct.
World War.
Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a spy bitch? Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean
No.
Josephine. I didn't mean to call you a spy bitch. I mean, queen.
All right, that's dope. That's funny as shit. But yeah, so looking at how the Boule is weaponized against black people, how they were weaponized in the late teens in the 1900s and going into the 20s, right? Um, they are the initial COINTELPRO assets. So we know about COINTELPRO being a program that happened in the 60s. This shit started way before then, right? The only difference is COINTELPRO was under so it's the FBI. This is literally before the FBI existed. So it was the Bureau of Investigations when it first started, and so they kind of folded the program into the FBI. So it existed before the FBI. So this program existed before the FBI. Them using black people to spy on black people was in 1917, right?
They could have just used a mannequin from the goddamn stove and put a microphone and the camera in. You feel me? Oh, I said too much.
Anyway, um, yo, all right. So that's kind of where we at right now. X, you here, bro? Is X here? You there? Oh shit, I can't hear you, bro. Your Wi-Fi. The
Dun,
FBI
dun,
got you.
dun.
FBI got your Wi-Fi, bro. The Boule
You
got your
sound like
Wi-Fi,
Missy Elliott. It's your from. I'm just playing.
bruh. Hey man, you should have went on that cotillion, dog. It's all fucked up in these streets. Hold on, he gonna leave out and come back in. Where he at?
I'm back. No,
Oh
I'm just
no, no.
joking.
Wrong with this nigga, man.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, there
What's
you
up?
go, bro. Give me
What's up,
45
bro?
seconds, dog.
Blackisuniform.com. Blackisuniform.com. Springtime is here. Good weather. You definitely need to drop it off shorts. Ladies, you need your appointments and your track stars as well. Some areas it's raining. It's drizzling here in Cali. So ladies, you definitely need your She's Always Cold hoodie as well. Fellas, give me back my hoodie season is still here. The preppy look, that's what we're going for. We're going for the preppy look. Get you I'm gonna call it a preppy star. What's the name of it, bro? What's the name? The preppy look?
Oh
Uh,
man,
Air Force Ones and
No, hold
some
on, bro. You gotta
coat.
chill. Hold on,
no,
hold on, hold on.
no. It's hold on. It's wait.
I
Uh,
gotta add that to my arsenal. I'm sorry, y'all.
yeah,
What's the
hold
preppy
on.
look called?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta look. Wait, let me find it. All these goddamn names. And my fucking shit is slow. Hold on, wait. It's
Huh.
called wait. My computer moving slow. Computer moving slow. Um, it's called the hold on, wait. Nobody say anything because I think I went past it. I ain't shit. Oh, there it goes. It's called the Preppy and Proud.
Preppy and
There you go.
proud. We definitely got to get a preppy and proud. Add that to the list. Fetish flops, foot mittens. He asked for 45, just a little longer. The bucket hat, the goat tote, sex on the beach bag, and the running backpack as well. As I said, the fetish flops, the foot mittens. If you take a picture, send it to the IG so it can get posted. As always, we have the original on code shirts for the kids. iPhone slappers and Samsung slappers, those are the cell phone cases. And we have the slappers for the kids, those are stickers. Again, if you take a picture, send it to the IG so it can get posted. Blackisuniform.com, blackisuniform.com.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Real quick. So the link should be at the top. Link at the top. Check out the merch. Check out the names of the merch. Is super funny.
As
Like we spend a
always,
lot of
my
time
bad,
coming up
bro.
with that
As
shit.
always, bitch you for biddies. Let the biddies be free. Bitch you for biddies.
All right, cool. So the other thing I thought was interesting, which my man Jay Forza brought me in on, that I did not know. So anybody knows the story, knows the mythology of the story of Sophia Yaldabaoth, Yaldabaoth creating the archons. Did not know um, that members of the Boule are called archons, right? And my man Jay Forza said that in the military intelligence, aka the spies, are called what? Jay Forza? Man, Jay Forza, is he here? He was just here. God damn it. No, anyway. So he says military spies are called archons, which the Boule members are called archons. Okay. Interesting. So as we know now, so where it stands now is the we have spies amongst us, right? So they've gone from now this is the important part. They've gone from just kind of identifying and recruiting people to be amongst their ranks, right? To being weaponized against us and informing on the military, right? To being in charge of our life, right? Um, our news comes from like every time you see a black person in the media, it's Boule, right? All of your quote unquote civil rights leaders, right? Anytime what's my man Al Sharpton, right? Um, what's the other man? Jesse Jackson, right? Who's my man that was in charge of the NAACP? Kwesi and Fume. Um, uh, somebody trying to say something? Who was that?
Uh, I got
So
another college leader for you, Linnell.
what you got?
Hiram R. Revels. He was the first African American to serve in the United States Senate. He was a minister who, in 1870, became the first United States senator, first black. He represented the state of Mississippi. You see what I'm saying? Black
Mm-hmm.
in the 1800s, senator from Mississippi in a Republican. Well, it was a Democratic state then. He served a year before leaving to become the president of a historically black college. His first name, Linnell, Hiram.
Hey yo, hey yo. Um, so what we see now is that all the black people given to us as influential, right, are Boule, right? Their entire purpose is to control us, right? Their entire purpose is to control us, right? To stop us from doing things that would um, that would go against the mainstream narrative, right? To keep us involved in the system, right? That's their entire plan, their entire job. That's their job, right? So, and one of the things we know about the white supremacist system is white supremacy breaks its tools when it's finished. My man Jason Black always says that shit. White supremacy breaks its tools when it's finished, right? What does that mean? That means, as a coon, you are only as useful as your ability to sway black people, right? And so this goes for majority of people in the in um, in entertainment, right? So you take somebody, I think most notably somebody like Oprah, right? um, Somebody like Oprah, right? Her usefulness to the system is her ability to influence black people, right? I think Bill Cosby is the same way, right? Your man Jay-Z, same way, right? His value, the reason that he's allowed to maintain the wealth, him, Oprah, um, who else? It's there's a large number of black people who have wealth based on their ability to influence black people. And so it becomes dangerous to the coon, right? When they lose power, when they lose the ability to influence black people, they're in danger. They're physically in danger. Why? Because white supremacy breaks its tools when it's finished. Meaning that when you're no longer useful, um, then you're not allowed to ride off into the sunset, right? They're taking back the money, they're taking back their influence, and most of the time they take back the status that they gave you, right? Whether that's in them killing you off or putting you in jail or just making you irrelevant, right? You're not allowed to ride off into the sunset, all right? Time after time, right? And you're certainly not allowed to pass down wealth, all right? Um, So that's one of the things why it becomes really dangerous for coons. Like a lot of times we'll see sellouts and coons and you're like, yo, why do they keep doing that? Or why would they do that? Because it's dangerous for them not to. Once you start down the path, you can't stop. All right. We see that shit all the time. People who make the bargain with the devil and then they be like, you know what, I don't want to do it no more. Nah, it's not that easy. All right. So the coons that we see uh, that embark on this down this path, this is their life now, right? So I know a lot of times we get to talking that shit about yo, why they do this and why they do that, and yo, if only they do this, they can't, right? This is the life they've chosen, right? Once you agree to join and um, once you get on the path, it's like yo, this is what you got to do in order to maintain your relevance, right? Um, Yeah. And so you see a lot of behaviors that look odd when you don't put them in context, right? The thing that I point to, somebody said Terry Crews. Hell yeah, Terry Crews. Coon extraordinaire. Coon extraordinaire. One of the yeah, we'll come back to that one. But where do they come from? Right? So once um once you do the thing for teenagers, you got Cotillions, Botins, you got Jack and Jill, um, which are meant to funnel. Dude, when Jack and Jill began, it was super colorist, right? We matter of fact, you know what? Hey, do y'all remember the dude that was in the room? The first we had talked about Jack and Jill before, and this dude was talking about how he was in it as a kid, and I think he was dark skinned and he was like, um, the dark skinned people in it are worse than the light skinned people. Don't nobody remember that? The dude that came in the room was talking that we was in the other space. Nobody remember that? X, you don't remember that, bro?
You gotta keep. I feel like I do, but I need a little more.
Dude, my man was like, he was raised in it. Like his parents was in it. He was raised in it, in the whole Jack and Jill culture. And he was talking about how fucked up it was, right? And he was like, and how he ain't want nothing to do with it as an adult. My man was in his
He
20s.
he
And
ended up
so he was
leaving it,
just,
right? Or
yeah, he left it.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
He like, yeah. Yeah. And he was just talking about how, like, he got treated the worst by the dark skinned parents because he was dark skinned, right? So just think about the complex that comes with that, right? So you're so messed up, so that mentality is inside of you so hard, where even um, even dark skinned blacks, you treat like trash, and you dark skinned, right? That's that one black at a time thought process, where okay, light skinned blacks they can get in, but yo, they don't want too many dark skinned blacks up in it, so you know it's a thing, right? So anyway, so you go through the Jack and Jill process, the cotillions, botillions, like all these little teenage organizations that they use to kind of, brainwash and put people on the path, right? Get to college, now you're getting the fraternities, right? Fraternities, major breeding ground, right? Because they amplify coon behavior, right? There are certain expectations, right? They try to live up to reputations, right? In certain organizations, right? And so it's a go along to get along kind of situation, right? Um, Great places to so they say it's great for networking. Why? Because hey, you already know how to follow instructions, right? You know what it means to be subordinate, right? You know what it means to have somebody over you, right, telling you what to do, right, and without question. You get what I'm
Hey,
saying? What's up?
I found the part of the interview where he
All
mentions
right.
what you're talking about.
All right, cool. I hold it right there.
Okay.
Yep. You know what it means to follow orders without question, right? And most of the time, especially if you went through one of them, well, Deep, I know this ain't your organization, but let's say allegedly there was an organization that did do pleasure. Yo, when if push came to shove, you could punish somebody that looks like you, right? You got no problem treating somebody that looks like you like trash because it's part of the process. See what I'm saying? Um, so um, fraternities sororities are great places to recruit. The best of the best places are fraternities and sororities on HBCUs, the ultimate cone factories, right? Now, am I saying that everybody that goes to HBCUs are cones? Hell no, not at all, right? But um, because the leadership at HBCUs are typically coons and Boule, right? Because I think Najee read off a couple people, um, Boule members that were present at HBCUs. Most of them dudes are Boule, right? And so they promote the Boule spirit, the spirit of coonery, right? And so if you have an institution that promotes coonery, what are you going to produce, right? And the thing is, what are you going to amplify? You're going to amplify the coon behavior, right? You're going to promote the coon behavior, right? Those are the people you're going to elevate, right? Those are people you're going to recommend to the next level of coonery, right? It becomes the inculcation of coons, right? So I actually had an office on the campus of a HBC. I didn't go to one, but I had an office on the campus of one, and so I saw the gamut of people there, right? So it wasn't just coons; it was everybody, like all sorts of the people from the Black community came there. However, the job of the HBCU is to identify the best and the brightest. So even before I knew anything about this, right, my thought process behind HBCUs after having an office on one and seeing how they operated was this. It was if you can come out of an HBCU, it's because you had skills, because it wasn't a lot of support. And so the people that excelled are the people that they had it in them, right? um, and so it was kind of a feast or famine, sink or swim kind of thing. What I saw, right, it just wasn't a lot of support. And so the people that excelled because they had it up in them, right? And so if you're looking for talent, that's a great place to look, right? You take those people and you put them in the Coon program, right? Put them in the Coon training program. You know what I'm saying? It don't always take a lot of that shit. They get it on them. They be like, this don't feel right, right? And they get the fuck out that shit. But a lot of them get in it, and because the Coon training program generally pays well, right? The Coon program, it pays well, right? It gets you access, it gets you what you want to see and where you want to be, right? And so people kind of get comfortable up in it, right? But that's where they come from, right? That's where you get your Kamala Harris's from, right? That's when you get your what's my man Mark Lamont Hill? Is he an HBCU dude? He reminds me of one, right?
He is
Um,
the most like one of the biggest I've
Man, I
ever
used to
met.
rock with
Aside
him,
from
man.
the
And when
entire
Solomon said that about him, that hurt me a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you.
no,
I used to rock with him.
I did too, and then I met him in person at a CBC event, and I was just like, bro, what? Like, and that's why when we started the conversation, like it started clicking for me. Congressional Black Caucus annual legislative conference every year
that's
is meeting
that's your
of the who's
Coon
who. Yeah,
training
that's the meeting
program,
of
bruh.
who's who. And they come up with again, they come up with a whole agenda for the Black community, but the agenda that they come up with and the goals that are met is like, what? So what are y'all doing? Like in
Mm-hmm.
retrospect, now that I'm out of the madness and out of the circles and all of that, it's just like y'all come together to decide what. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all really accomplishing? Especially when the Black community still looks the way that it looks.
Mm-hmm. Congressional Black Caucus is the I call that the creme de la creme of coons, the coon de la coons of coons, right? Those are the people jockeying, right? Um, to be top coon. You get what I'm saying?
It's interesting because like he's tenured, and so he used to say I can say anything I want, and they won't let me go. So now it's just like who's protecting you?
Hey, bruh. um, so tenured is a nice word. Um, until you got to use it, then you see how, yeah, you supposed to be unfireable, but you can be fired. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing is, it's not the tenure that he covets, right? It's the attention, it's the limelight, right? Being on TV, it's an allure to it, right? So he's been promoted, right, and elevated. He doesn't want to lose that status. So he may keep a job. That don't mean, but that don't mean he'll keep his status.
Or they put you on sabbatical.
They definitely can put your ass on sabbatical. You know what I'm saying? Again, this ways around all of that shit.
Wait,
So
what's that?
yeah, sabbatical is pretty much a suspension. Well, they call it a break, right?
Oh,
They
that's
call
probably
it a
what he was
break.
facing in, because Temple Temple was trying to get him up out of there. Now I don't know what happened because it seemed like he got promoted to TV limelight or whatever.
He probably kissed the ring, promised to.
Tone it
The
down.
thing is, because he,
He
oh hell
definitely
yeah,
toned it down.
because he don't talk that. Yeah, he don't talk that Palestine stuff
Hell
no more,
nah,
and that's
not
what he
even.
that's what he got in trouble for. Yeah. Yeah, no,
You're
he don't
right,
talk that
bro.
shit no more.
But they lure
Nah.
us. They lure us with status. It's like you take
Mm-hmm.
people who have never necessarily had anything, quote unquote, according to what we think is having things, and then you give them a little bit of money, not really enough money to really make a whole lot of change, but train them up in a way so that they're selfish, so that they're not looking to their community to give back. And then it's like you give them this status thing. So then that's how we have things like quote unquote black excellence. Like what? Like that whole mindset is like crazy. Like you have to be some exceptional Negro in order to be out here doing anything. Like you have to be always seen in a good light. You can't ever get mad. You can't ever get frustrated. Case in point with the whole thing with the slap. It was like, oh, you can't be seen in a light where you're showing any emotion and you're showing who you really are at the core of who you are. You got to be an exceptional Negro, always be smiling, shucking and jiving, and leading the people along.
Yeah, buddy. So it kind of goes to what you was talking about, Joseph, about so it's a number of things, right? So it's the one Negro at a time rule, right? Which propels people to put a litany of expectations on black people, right? So I'll give you an example. Um, whenever I want y'all to think about uh, whenever you see something happen, like on these videos, like it's a lot of videos that go around, right, of people messing with black people, right? It'll be a white person doing some fuck shit to a black person, talking shit, or being fucking belligerent, or even fucking hitting them, and everybody sits around and watches the white person do it, right? Because it's acceptable, right? But as soon as the black person reacts, everybody loses their fucking shit, right? Everybody, including black people. Oh no, don't do it, don't do it. I mean, it's the same mentality, right? Where there's an expectation on black people to behave a certain way, right? But that's part of the coon programming, though. You get what I'm saying? That's part of the coon programming. Um, and so that's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking to inculcate. That's what they're looking to grow in people, right? They're looking for people who are okay with that, all right? Um, and who are okay with lip service to the community, but not really doing nothing, right? They look for people who are willing to serve the king, right? Who are willing to serve the king, right? And part of serving the king is serving up the black community, right? Whether it be for ritual sacrifice, right? Whether it be for votes, right? To maintain the status quo, right? Whether it be to quell um, anger. So another good way to look and see who the top Boule people are is whenever black people get upset, who do they send out? Right? That's how you know who's controlled. Whenever black people get upset, who's coming to talk us off a ledge? Right? Who? Then the question is, who sent you? Right? Because you know who sent you. Right? You know who sent them. Right? That's why when I don't know if y'all ever seen the video of Jesse Jackson pulling up in Ferguson, like when the shit first kicked off. Somebody they caught him in a drive through and ran him out of town. Like, yo, what fuck you doing here, bro? Yo, hey, you gotta go. They literally told me he had to leave town, and he left town. Like, I don't think he stepped out the car because they knew who he was. Yo, them people sent you here. Al Sharpton is the same way. Benjamin Crump is the same way, right? Benjamin
So,
Crump is the same way. What's up, bro?
so real quick, is that the same? So, one of my favorite stories is when the NBA players was protesting. They was trying to figure out what to do, and so LeBron James came in there and then they said he called Obama, and pretty much Jaylen Brown told him to sit his ass down. So was that Obama? Was that LeBron trying to flex his power and keep everybody in line, or is that not what you talking about? It's not the same.
Wait. So what happened?
So so
The
when they was
NBA
in
players
the
was
they
still a
was in the
strike.
NBA, yeah, they was in the NBA bubble. So this is when
Yeah.
who got killed in Milwaukee?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so pretty
I
much
kind of remember the story, and I thought so. I thought the thing was they was about to fucking protest and strike, and then Obama called
nah,
LeBron.
other way around. So
What
so
was?
pretty much Jalen Brown was telling the people like we got to figure out what to do. LeBron
Mm-hmm.
James got mad because they didn't consult with him before they did what they did. So he felt blindsided. So then
Yeah.
Jalen Brown was telling him like, you know, this is what we doing, and then they say LeBron called Obama, and then that's when Obama
Mm-hmm.
was telling them like, y'all gotta, this is the biggest platform. But pretty much Jalen Brown was like, if you're not gonna be
Exactly.
front line with it, sit your ass down. So is that the same
Yeah.
thing or no?
Yeah. So now you're looking at so Obama is top tier Negro control. Well, at least he was top tier Negro control, right? Um, so they overuse him. Like he don't control shit no more, except for the people at that level. They still he still holds some sway with them dudes. So um, LeBron being Boule, calling Obama makes sense because it's like LeBron ain't got no sway with these motherfuckers no more. Because he a player with them, right? So apparently they listen to Obama, but again, he's crowd control. He's there to derail and dissipate the energy. You know what I'm saying? He's there to dissipate the energy. All right, so you gotta know whenever shit's getting hot, shit's getting real, and motherfuckers are really really ready, they sending in the coons. Al Sharpton, Boule, they sending in the coons. Right, any black person that show up, they sending in the coons. Right, just know who's coming. The coons are coming to tell you to relax. The coons are telling you to vote. Right, Puffy, you best believe he's in. That whole so when he did the whole if the Democrats don't do what we want to do, then I'm gonna hold the black vote hostage. Nigga, yeah, who sent you? Because at the end of the day, he came back. Because remember, Puffy was the same dude that did the campaign "Vote or Die," right? He did the "Vote or Die" campaign. I think in like the early 2000s.
That shit was everywhere. MTV was running that
I
like,
remember that.
boy, that shit was.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They sending in the
So
coons.
is LeBron doing the same thing with more than a vote?
Hell yeah. Yes.
You know what's
Yes.
interesting? That's what
So
came from the bubble. He pretty much told them we'll go back and play if y'all open up y'all arena so we can go vote. That's interesting.
mm-hmm. They sending in the coons. Right? Whenever shit's getting really fucking real, watch who shows up. That's who they sent, right? That's what the boule is for, right? And they get them, they groom them, they keep them on deck for you niggas. So when when the shit was happening with Colin, y'all know I bring this one out all the fucking time. When the shit was happening with Colin, so the Colin Kaepernick issue was the closest thing to an organic movement that black people have seen in a long time. It was the closest thing we've seen to black people getting on code, right? Black people at every level of motherfucking society, right? The average black person, the young kids, right? So anytime you can motivate teenagers and the kids, you know goddamn well something's going on, right? So when you got young teenagers getting on cold, you got the cats in the hood like, yo, we with Colin, right? Then you get the professionals like, yo, we with Colin. Then you got the rappers like, yo, we with Colin. Then you got the athletes like, yo, we with Colin. Then you got the people in politics like, yo, because at this point, the politicians can't afford to say we not with Colin, right? If everybody in society is rocking with Colin and you're a politician, if you ain't rocking with Colin, then that's your fucking ass. So at this point, the boule can't afford to come out and be like, "Yo, Colin, chill," right? Because the NFL is a monster in these streets. Let it be known. The NFL is a whole fucking monster. All right. So what did the NFL do? They
They
played their
got Jay.
trump card. They played their trump card. They played the biggest fucking card they had. right? The biggest card they fucking had to motherfucking to run interference. They brought out your boy Sean Carter.
For it said it was for the halftime show, fam. Like,
Bro, they paid him off with control of the entertainment. So they was like, look, yeah, we still gonna fucking be racist towards you Negroes, but we'll let you perform. We'll let you pick who performs at the fucking halftime show. That was the deal. That's literally what the fucking deal was. Right?
and got up
Yo.
there and Stephen A. Smith showed they ass that first week, literally on first take. Everybody showed they ass.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Stephen A. Smith, hell of a coon. Right? So, like I said, whenever shit gets really, really real, look who they send. That'll tell you who the Boule is.
Hey,
Right?
bro,
Boule. What's
Stephen
up, bro?
A. gotta be one of the funniest niggas on earth. When somebody calls him out, that nigga will never return to his show.
Yo. Hey, yo. When I tell you, look who they send. All right? That's what I want you to know. Look who they send. That will tell you.
You know what's interesting, real quick? Do you remember the whole Karen situation, calling the police on black people making false reports? You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Do you remember how that movement kind of ended?
Let's see. Was that shit? Let's see. I know Willie D said some dumb shit, but he can't stop shit. How did it end? I don't remember. How did it end?
Remember when LeBron James was in Atlanta and he called that lady a courtside Karen?
Yeah.
But it wasn't the same. All it was a person heckling him. He called her a courtside Karen, and that movement died down because that's not what Karen meant. Karen meant making false accusations, not just someone heckling you. And that shit ain't never been the same.
I believe that shit.
It's true. And then afterwards, they started calling white women who didn't want to wear masks Karen. Like it just veered
Facts.
different direction.
It did. They hijacked the term. They hijacked it. Mm-hmm. All right, hold on, good guy. So, what you got? So now, the setup um is um this is James Smalls talking about um what happened at Tulsa, right? The Tulsa riots, right? Go ahead and play it.
All right.
So
People need to do the study our history, and they'll see that even Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was burnt down by the Ku Klux Klan, an army of Klansmen that was brought in for that purpose. And the people who defended them was a group of brothers who had served in the First World War called the African Blood Brotherhood. They gave me an award for coming out. Blood Brotherhood. Yes, sir. Born in 1912, right here in New York City. So we need to study history and get rid of the white man's mystery. I might have heard that wrong. It sounds like he's saying that they were the ones that actually came and defended, not the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, I misheard that, guys.
like, yo, wait, hold on,
It's
play it
sounding
again,
like
play it
okay.
again,
All
play it
right.
again.
Oh,
Wait, what do you want to say, Nagi?
niggas, I got some shit.
All right, hold on, wait, play it again. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay. Double down. Because see, I was hanging out in Oklahoma long before this president went there. Matter of fact, I wouldn't go there last year. Brothers then begged me to come, but I said, no, I'm not coming with these so-called. It's coming there. I will come this year, and I will be with y'all. I've marched in the streets of Tulsa, Oklahoma for years. Even when I couldn't walk anymore with bad knee, the brothers would push me in a wheelchair. So people need to do the study our history. And they'll see that even Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was burnt down by the Ku Klux Klan, an army of Klansmen that was brought in for that purpose. And the people who defended them was a group of brothers who had served in the First World War
called the African Blood Brotherhood. There you go. Yeah. I got you.
Blood Brotherhood.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right, got you. Okay, cool. All right, Najee, what you got?
I have a list of famous Prince Hall Masons, bro, that have basically done a whole lot of shit in the black community.
All right, so hold on. Prince Hall Masons don't mean Boule though, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Well, this is just part of the tie. Like I haven't been
Oh,
able
go
to
ahead.
go,
What you got?
yeah, I haven't been able to go into each every one of the backgrounds to
All right,
see what they were tied to.
go ahead.
But I'm just gonna name off some of the ones that people already know. So scrolling down, you know Ernie Banks Linnell?
Mr. Cub.
Yep.
Mm.
All right, he's from Fidelity Lodge. We go to Marion Barry, lodged out. Keep scrolling. One that hurt me because I'm gonna have to dig deeper into him. But Medgar Evers, Mississippi Mater. The one that I think Umema was talking about is Ben Crump.
Yeah, man, that's the
No,
lawyer.
that
Black
was Goo.
lawyer.
That was Goo. It's my bad. And then we got Elijah E. Cummings, the U.S. Congress of Baltimore. Um, who else we got? Edward Kennedy, Duke Ellington, Medgar Evers, and that's just those. And then that Hiram guy that I posted, um, from he was the first black senator, and he was from Mississippi, of Mississippi. Period. He was the first black senator. Period. But he's the senator of Mississippi. So then you got Jesse Jackson, etc. But those are just some of the they've been super duper influential as far as like lawmaking, policies, civil rights movement. Just about all of them had a church at one point. Hell, they even got your boy Eddie, not Eddie, Emmanuel Lewis.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I
so
saw that. I seen that before. That was funny.
and
Yeah, I
Nelson
know
Mandela.
Emmanuel. Yeah, I saw that joint.
But yeah,
That's hilarious.
I didn't know his name was Sebastian, but
Who?
Roland Martin. His middle name is Sebastian.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, most of the people that I guess you want to say influence, black politics, like Joseph was saying, the caucus and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They're part of the group.
Oh yeah. Who sent you? Who sent you? So I'm trying to tell you. Who sent you?
So Shaq is both, bro. Shaq is a Mason and he part of
100%.
Omega Psi Phi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So he a Q and he a Mason.
100%. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Bob Johnson. True. I'm trying to think. So, dude, yo, they guard their list tough. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Someone's trying to come up. Who the hell is this? Oh, that's Steve. What's going on, Steve? Did Steve come up already? Oh no, he's trying to come up. Yeah. So, oh no, Mark, you asked a question. It was. What did you ask, Mark? It was. Hold on. Wasn't someone going to give Kaepernick a trial? Dude, the Ravens were supposedly seriously talking to Cap, and y'all know who they say talked him out of it, right?
Ray
Ray
Lewis.
Lewis.
Ray
Ray
fucking Lewis.
Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Who
Come
sent
on,
That's
you?
when he got on.
come on, don't do
That's
that.
when he got on TV and talking about what's the GM Ozzy? Is it Ozzy?
Yeah, Ozzie Newsome.
Ozzy New? Yeah, like yeah, man. Oh, that he was on first. He did that shit on First Take too.
Yeah,
Like they literally had
yeah.
a segment just for him. He was on there for a whole 30 minutes talking about like that's not the move. Yeah, just yeah, man.
Bruh, trying to told you.
Ray Lewis is a member of Omega Psi Phi.
Hey,
Yeah, he
yo.
was the one that was talking about kneeling when he was praying, and that's not what it was. He derailed Cap
Yeah, I
too.
wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't. No, he said he wasn't kneeling. He was praying.
Big ass tears
Different.
falling down his face.
Mm. Um. Let's see. What was it? There's a couple people I was. Where was it? Oh, Arthur Ashe's Boule. I don't know if y'all know who that is. Y'all kind of young.
Yeah, Arthur Ashe is a tennis player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Linnell. So here's an article. Atlanta's Divine Nine divided. Super Bowl pits Q's Ray Lewis against Kappa's Colin Kaepernick. So I guess
Hmm.
the Boule was divided on who. Because Kaepernick is Boule too.
I can believe that as well.
Yeah, he's a Kappa.
Let's see. Where did I just see? Thurgood Marshall, Quincy
So was
Enfumo.
that
We already said
genuine?
that one.
Or it was all a part of the setup?
Who you talking about?
Kaepernick, because he come from he's
So
adopted too.
so this the
Yeah, I was
thing,
about to
bro.
ask that. Like, do we know his full story about the
Nah,
whole
nah,
I
adoption
nah,
and
do.
nah,
stuff?
nah. So you
Kaepernick
got
is
to
adopted.
remember. You got to remember. You got to know when he got in. So they might have brought him in the middle of the bullshit, right? So that a lot of times that's what happens, right? Once they see you got sway. So remember, the FBI's whole mantra or their whole purpose was to prevent the rise of a black messiah, right? So anybody that can mobilize young black males, they consider a threat. So when Kaepernick showed what he could do, like when people started motherfucking getting behind him, that's probably when they wrapped their arms around him. Like, look, motherfucker, bring your ass on over here. Let's talk about it. That's why even doing the whole shit, he wasn't really outspoken, right? Then he got a movie made about him. Nike never dropped him. Then they cut him a big fat check. So it sounds like they kind of bought his silence and bought his silence off. Bought his silence. I mean, you get what I'm saying? That's what I get from it. Like I don't think he was it during the whole shit. I think in the middle of it, um, they just kind of they talked to him was like, look, this is what we gonna do, all right? Because like I said, after that, he still got a whole movie. He got a bunch of money. He's still an activist, right? Because a lot of your activists, they boule too, dog. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, all fraternities considered boule.
Hell no. No, no, no. The boule is his own fraternity, right? Um, yeah, the boule is it's more of a skull and bones type of thing where only influential people can kind of come in, right? It's one of them type shits.
It's a proven fact.
Hell yeah. Look up Sigma Pi Phi. That's what it is. All right. Founded in 1904. Sigma Pi Phi.
Was it founded by a white guy or black guy?
Nah, six black dudes.
Mm.
All right. Sigma Pi Phi.
What
Questionable. Yes.
what what university were they from?
It was no university. These were adults. Right? They were founded for the purpose of controlling black people.
Mm.
Right? What'd you say, Najee?
I said questionable with like dudes, but I digress.
Yeah, definitely questionable black dudes. You know, so someone was passing. Someone was passing. But yeah. So when we talk about the mechanisms, was somebody gonna say something?
My bad. I was just about to say that some of them were classified as black because their dad was black.
Oh, you said some of them dudes was mixed. That what you saying?
Hmm.
I think that's the
Hey
only thing.
yo.
My dad. I was talking to my dad about that. Illinois. He said that's the only thing he classifies black.
Hey
Is black.
yo. That's hilarious. Um, so yeah. So um, the cone factories, right? That produce them. Your HBCUs, right? Let's see. Let's see if we can find. Um, so this the thing though. Hold on, wait. Let's see if we can find some of your biggest. Is there a list of the biggest coons? Let me see. Do black people ever make a list of biggest coons?
Yeah, I got it. Hold on.
Let's see how many of the top coons come from HBCUs. Let's see what we can find.
Probably all of them.
Um, other
Uh,
coon factories. I'm gonna tell you. So besides HBCUs, other coon factories are sports,
yep.
right? Yeah. Sports produces a lot of coons, right? Professional sports is a coon generating machine.
All right. So this list is the 12 biggest tunes in hip hop. No, it's not. No, is it hip hop?
And the entertainment produces some coons too.
It says in
Yo,
the
hey
game.
yo, you said in the game.
Yeah. So they got Stacey Dash, Ray
Stacey
Lewis,
Dash,
Charles Barkley,
definitely,
George
definitely. You said George
LaShawn,
who?
George Foreman, LaShawn
Oh
McCoy,
yeah,
Jim Brown,
LeSean. Yeah. Oh,
Cuba.
whoa.
Wait, LaShawn
Hold on,
McCoy.
wait.
Yeah, they
How
got
he get
LaShawn.
on the list?
Uh,
What LeSean do?
they said he is on this list is who the fuck wrote this? Is once outspoken about racism and injustice. Get it? I don't get it. They don't have that much information on him. Then uh they got Jim Brown on there after him. Uh,
Whoa. What they got Jim Brown on there for, man? All right, so then the thing is,
Post the list, cuz I need to see the.
yeah, hold on.
they got Paris
Oh, now
Denhill.
wait, now you want to draw the line at
They
that
got
Jim
Paris
Brown? Like, what are we
Denell,
doing?
Jason
Paris
Whitlock.
Bernard,
Oh, for
Jason
sure.
Whitlock
I
is definitely
yeah.
a fucking cone.
They got Cuba on here.
Who? Cuba Good
Cuba
Jr.
good, yeah.
Okay, he earned it.
That's it's stupid why they got him on there. They got him on here because of the check KFC bucket on his head. Yeah, this list is fucked
No.
up.
Cuba been cooning for a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cuba been cooning for a minute. I get. I like Cuba too, but he definitely a goddamn. He definitely a coon.
I
All
mean,
right.
Mary J should be on that list too, then, right? Or
Who?
Mary J.
Mary J. Blige?
Mary
Oh,
J.
Yeah,
nigga,
That's out of pocket now.
Wait, let me wait,
nigga.
wait.
just saying.
Hold on. I don't care, but just tell me why, because that's funny as shit.
Man, all her
Bro, you ain't
commercials,
see
bro.
Mary
We
J.
I
Bro,
ain't never watched
no,
the Mary J.
no,
Blige
no,
commercials. What
no,
happened?
bro, no. Fuck the commercials, dude. The biggest coon shit I seen from fucking Mary J. I swear to God. Did y'all see when she was sitting next to Hillary Clinton singing that fucking song?
Oh my God, that was
No.
Bro,
it
this
was
is a
some
hot
hater
sauce, right?
song, and,
wait,
Is
and y'all
this
know I
wait.
don't. Y'all know I don't go for Mary J in the first place because like her vocals are not that strong for her to be in the game as long as she's been
What
in
is
the.
we doing?
No, but she was like it was like
That voice
Hold
Massa
on,
is
I'm
weak,
Massa
finna play
Tato.
please,
it. I'm finna
Massa
play
Massa
it.
please.
Bruh, I'm finna
I
play it.
remember
Hold
that
on, I
shit. That
gotta
was when
find it.
Hillary had went to the Breakfast Club, right? And then Mary J came after that.
Hey, the
I
largest coon is Terry Crews. They got on this
That's
list.
facts. Uh, hold on, we definitely. Hold on, wait.
You're about to play Mary right now.
Yeah, I'm about to play that goddamn
That's
shit.
that song made no
Wait.
sense, and it was just like, bruh, what are you
Bro,
doing?
wait a minute. I'll come back in here and y'all talking about Mary. Y'all slandering
Yes,
her.
we are.
What the
Yes,
hell
we
did I
are.
Bruh,
miss? There will be no
hold
Mary
For the
on.
slander
sake
in
of
this
They
room.
said
Kai,
Mary is a
There
Yeah.
is today.
Hold on, bruh. Hold
Sing to
on.
Hillary Clinton like, Massa Massa please.
Bruh.
Wait, what?
Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Wait. Hold on. Wait. I got it. Wait. Here we go. Wait. I don't want y'all to catch this. This is Hillary
This
Clinton.
is full.
It was like a Hillary Clinton, Mary J. Blige interview. Like somebody was in. I think she was interviewing fucking Hillary Clinton. Anyway, check this shit out. If an officer stops you, always be polite and never ever run away
Promise, mama, you'll keep your hands inside. Is it a gun? Is it a knife? Is it a wallet? This is your life. It ain't no secret. It ain't no secret. No secret, my friend. You can get killed just for living in your American skin. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Nigga,
bro,
what?
What
Are
is
you
Mm.
that?
serious? If a
Bro,
Hey,
I
mama
ain't
says that
never.
you,
hey,
yeah.
I
That
ain't
That
never
that's your
heard
sounds
first
that.
time hearing that?
that
good.
would be a wallet.
No, I haven't heard it
Christina,
in a
you're gonna have to
while.
hold that L.
Like,
Wait, still a
Christina.
banger.
That
How
is the
we
first
get
I've ever heard
here?
of her.
and then wait. If you could have seen Hillary's face, because it was awkward to look at Hillary. She was just like,
Bruh.
yeah, yeah.
When? What the hell?
When
When
did
did she
this
do
come
this?
out? When did that come out?
It came out when Hillary was talking about like she carries hot sauce in her bag and shit.
Yo,
You
Dave
can get
Oh
Chappelle
my
might
Is
have
killed in
hit
it
your
god.
a
that.
American
gun?
skin.
Is it a knife? Is
Oh
it a
my.
wallet? This is your life. What?
Oh my
Yo.
God.
Fucking
Mary.
Christina,
Was
don't
that
you
the
ever in
theme
your
song
life?
on that one movie where the cop he was holding the cop hostage? Is that what that was a part of? Is that on the
No,
soundtrack?
but
No.
I don't even
this
know
was
what
a
to say, Joseph. I don't
You
know what
can't
to
say
say.
nothing.
oh,
'Cause
because
you ain't
there
got
ain't
nothing
nothing to
but.
say.
I don't know. They got
God
Herman Cain and
damn.
what's the CNN dude? He always
Don Lemon.
yeah, Don Lemon. They got Ben Carson on here. Clarence
Well, you know,
Thomas
Don
and
Lemon
Alan.
been done with us for real.
They got Clarence Thomas and Alan West on here too.
I'll tell you when Don Lemon really got canceled with us at Whitney Houston's funeral, when he was acting like he never seen a black celebration of life before. I was just like, bruh, are you serious? Hey, look at all the look at the celebration. They're dancing and they're singing, and I've never seen anything like it before in my life. I'm like,
Negroes.
what?
They got Cheryl Underwood on here too.
Cheryl Underwood.
Wait,
Yeah,
she the comedian, right?
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
the chick
also Zeta.
from the View, right?
She's a Zeta.
yep.
Oh yeah, gotta love him.
Everybody on the coon list that I've seen so far are all Boule.
Oh yeah. Hold on, wait.
Herman
Say,
Cain was the Tea Party.
hey yo, hold on. You said
Shout
Herman
out.
Cain was what?
Shout out to everybody. But happy birthday, Ramona.
Oh, Ramona, you here?
I don't know if she here,
Happy
but just in
birthday.
case you listening to the replay, happy birthday, sis.
Oh, happy birthday, Ramona.
Happy
And so
birthday,
in return,
Ramona.
Ramona.
Ben Carson is an alpha, so alpha's gonna have to hold that L. Um,
That's deep. I'm still stuck on that song. You can get killed in your American
Bruh,
skin.
oh my
Nah,
god.
I'm gonna
Is it a
continue going on
gun?
life like I
Is
never
it a
heard that shit
knife?
Oh
before.
my god.
Is it a wallet?
New York gonna
This
have to
is
hold that
your
L
life.
in Brooklyn. Uh,
You
God
can't even do
damn.
the Mary dance to that. You can't even do the
You
bounce. Like,
can't do
how? What
nothing.
was
Oh
she
my
doing when
god.
she was singing that? Like,
Who told
Oh,
her to do that?
Massa. Oh,
Puffy. Puff
Massa.
did. Puff said, I'm trying to own
Dad.
the Carolina Panthers, so I need you to make this move happen for me. I
yeah,
got
well,
you.
he should have been on the track. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Take that, take that, take that.
Bruh. I don't know if I could ever defend Mary
Ain't
again.
no way you can defend that. You just gotta hold that.
I
Shit.
mean, she could
I'm
have
gonna
at least
hold it
had a
because y'all
sick
know
beat to it or something. Like, everything bop
I
with a
know
beat.
it
No, it was
was.
like it sounded like a song she wrote 10
Like
minutes
a
before the
lullaby.
interview. And you telling what are you telling people? Oh, just always be nice to the officer. What?
That's the thing. She probably, I don't know what she thought, but I mean, it's like, because it's always said like you have to have those conversations with your kids. So maybe she thought
Just
she was
The,
doing
justifying
okay,
that.
ain't
they
gonna work.
gave
No, no, no,
her
no.
Mm-mm.
that
It's
Ain't gonna
song.
definitely not
work.
gonna work, X, because
They
y'all know I
gave
be
her
going
that
hard for
song 10
Mary.
minutes. No, they gave her that
But
song 10 minutes.
this,
We want you to sing this. We want you to sing this because it's going to help the
mm,
people.
Right, we missed the whole second verse. You know they only give us the first and second
Oh
verse.
my
Be
god.
like, you can get dragged out of your car,
Oh my
but
god.
don't
Oh,
you worry,
stop
you
it. Stop
won't
it.
get
Don't
too
do it.
far.
Please. Jamila, cut.
all I hear is Massa, please don't kill
Oh god.
me. Like what?
Not my Mary, no.
You'll have your
That's over.
day in court one day. It might be
No.
years down the line, but you'll get out. You might still be alive. Just hold on. Swear to God, it's
Bro, you just
crazy.
fucking
Y'all
took
ain't
me
shit.
out.
I just want to go on record and say y'all ain't shit.
Yeah, my bad. Because you know what? That shit is
Listen.
real.
Can you
People is
say
really
that a
out
little
here
louder?
getting fucked up. That shit is not cool.
Y'all wild. Hey, did y'all look at the video so y'all could see the cringe on Hillary Clinton's face
I
when she
Hillary
said
Hillary
it?
was just like,
You know when y'all
yeah,
moved on
She
to the
looks
big
so
next,
eyes.
uncomfortable.
I went and looked at it while y'all kept talking, and I'm just like, oh,
Her
Hey,
eyes was
yo.
mad
can't.
big, and it was like she was trying to bob her head to it, but there was no rhythm.
She looks
Hey,
so
somebody go.
uncomfortable.
Hey, yo. I got 3 Uncrustables for anybody that Goose made talking about this shit
Bye.
is fire.
Nobody want no
What, that shit is
Wait,
Uncrustables.
fire.
where's that?
Dude,
Where May at? Where May at? Hold on, where May
dude,
at?
May
Look,
talking about
May
she.
just posted a gif of Mary. Thank you, May.
Yo. Yo. How we get here, bruh? Yeah, dog.
Hey, yo.
All right.
I just watched it. I'm fucking weak how Hillary trying to catch the beat. Was she like, is it a gun? They just like, yo, that is so fucked up. That is some
Sitting there
dark
looking
ass
like she's
humor
not
right
getting
here.
it. Bruh.
Oh my
Bruh,
God.
yeah, y'all really not shit. I done seen Mary perform about 3, 4 times. I can never take her seriously again. Like, come on, bruh.
How was you taking her seriously in the first place with that dumbass dance that everybody loves?
I love Mary. I love Mary. I love her style. I
Not with
love,
them two kicks that she do. That,
look,
but as a
Yo.
vocal performer, she can't sing for real. Let's call a thing a
Uh-uh.
thing.
Joseph, Joseph, we done had this argument, okay? And maybe I might let you have that because when I go back and listen, I'm like,
Child, I'm
okay.
taking it. Is it
Because
a
I remember
gun? Is it a knife? Is
we
it
were
worth
going
your life?
against like Brandy versus Mary. Look, we gonna stop this.
Hey, yo.
Oh my God.
Hey, y'all should have
Hey.
never. You know how they be like, we should have never gave y'all niggas. Y'all should have never showed me that.
That's what I'm
That's really
saying,
our first time
man.
saying that.
It was, man. I never heard that shit before, bro.
Hey, yo.
Y'all
Somebody in
could
the
have left
comments
that shit
said,
buried.
hey,
Mary
somebody in
even
comment.
put on her good. She even put on her good like sanctified business wig for that one
She
too.
had on her
Like it wasn't
Calvin
no
Not the
glasses.
business wig.
like.
Oh,
Come on.
Hey, yo. They in the comments. Somebody said in the comments, I'm going to sing this next time I get stopped by the police.
Yes,
Is it a gun?
too
Is it a knife?
funny.
Bye.
Hey, that
Hey,
remind me of
yo.
that black man that sang to the judge. Y'all remember him?
Oh
No.
yeah. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I didn't really mean to do it, but I'm sorry. Like what?
Oh, dude. That shit is wild. So yeah, man, we got to put Mary. She definitely going to the top of the coon list for that one, Jack.
is it the
Oh,
top though?
Is it a
you know what? You know
gun?
what?
Is it a
Yeah.
Now
knife?
it's Terry Crews and
I'm
you
going on
Hey,
mute.
you are
Stop
not
it.
gonna put her past Oprah and Gail.
No, you gotta
Oprah
put her
and
in the rank.
Gail are on
Is
top of
she
the list,
one
okay?
or should be two? Maybe
Hey,
three.
Y'all,
All
Who
you
else
need is
could it
Terry
she won
Crews in the
be?
C.
background bumping She his is little not pegs.
Not one
above
Terry
C.
Crews number
Oprah,
one.
Gail.
No, she won C. It go
She's
Oprah,
not
Gail, and
above
Mary.
Oprah and Gail.
hey,
No,
yo, hey,
she's not.
hey, wait. Hey,
No,
can I
no.
put my candidate up for number one? I have a candidate for number one?
Who?
Can I put my candidate for number one? All
Who
right,
is
hold
it?
on, wait, hold on.
For reason.
It,
I am a
it
young
must be
black
a gun or a
rich.
knife.
If that don't let you know that America understand black.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I agree.
yeah, yeah, that hurt me.
Dang, Tato.
My life matters, especially to my.
Hey yo.
I'm about to boom the room,
That
everybody. I'm
song,
sorry about
that
that.
song
What?
sure don't apply
Wait.
to
What
his
about
ass.
since he been hot in the news a little bit lately? What about 50 Cent?
Nah,
Nah,
hell nah,
nah,
nah.
I don't
What? What
know.
50
I ain't
do? What
rolling.
50
Nah,
do?
nah, nah. Hell nah.
nah.
What 50
I don't
do?
know.
All right,
Nothing.
hold on. This is what we gonna do. Hold on. I'm gonna get everybody. This what y'all do. Everybody give me. We gonna do a list right quick. Give me. So we gonna try to develop the top 10 coons. All right. Give me your top. We're gonna do top 10 coons. All right.
Wanda Sykes.
I'm going
Wanda
with Dylan,
Sykes.
Dylan, 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 Dylan.
I'm going LeBron, cuz.
You got LeBron.
Not the
Hell yeah,
king.
nigga. Hell
LeBron.
yeah.
How look? Well,
Wait,
first
wait,
of
wait,
all,
wait, 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 wait. What LeBron do?
Everything. What didn't he do?
Shit.
yeah.
I'm staying Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley, definitely. All right. So he can definitely be on the list. So one, I'm trying to figure. So now, wait, are we just sticking to entertainment and sports, or are we just going period? Because if we going period, then I got.
Period.
If we going, so the thing is, if you're going period, then you got to go Jesse Jackson number one.
Yep. Yep. Al
Yeah.
Well, I
Sharpton.
mean, you went
He got
top
to be
Didn't
number
ten.
one.
didn't he
Sharpton
come to
and Crump.
Chicago and tell y'all he wasn't for y'all? Didn't he do that?
Hey man, dude,
He
the
came.
most important thing is he set up Martin for the shooter. That's number one.
Yeah, you got to
So
go
he got to
down.
be number one, huh?
Omarosa.
Oh,
Omarosa. Ah, shit, Coon. Is she top 10 though?
She irrelevant.
What about
Farrakhan.
Sharpton?
Condoleezza Rice.
Damn.
She ain't do nothing.
Daddy Baby Legs is
Condoleezza
not
Rice.
Yeah,
Condoleezza,
what
right?
Uh,
she
she a
did?
mammy. She definitely a mammy.
I gotta have one for
She's
sports,
definitely a
so I'm
mammy,
going with
but
LeBron because he gotta be one for sports, man. Like
Al
sports
Sharpton is my
control a
number
lot.
one.
huh?
Farrakhan, definitely.
Oh,
God
ooh,
damn.
Oh
damn.
shit.
Dude, he coming out
Damn.
swinging.
Damn.
Kim and Strong.
I agree, Kenneth.
Hold on, all right, hold on. So I heard of
Yeah.
Farrakhan, I heard of Sharpton.
Oprah
I
I
and
hear
heard
about
Gail,
Wanda
they're a
Sykes.
combo.
who?
Oprah and
Oh, Oprah
Gail,
and
Oprah.
get oh,
that's a
ooh,
combo.
You
That's
know
a
Wanda
what I
combo
Sykes.
deal
thought?
right
ooh,
there.
Okay, wait. You know how
ooh.
I knew Gail was part of the opposition after Paula, what's her name, made that chicken where she barely washed it and then seasoned it in the grease. Gail got on the morning show and said, "Well, I guess some people wash it." I said, "Girl, now you didn't see your mama wash some chicken. Get out of here. Talking about I guess people wash chicken.
Hello.
That's part of the opposition. You trying to get black people to stop
What's
washing
up,
chicken.
man?
That is
Yeah.
You
wild."
wildin'. Hold on, somebody, Melanin said Clarence Thomas. All right, I put Clarence up in there. Long Dong John, I got you. All right, hold on.
Pause.
Hey,
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 no
yo, what
hetero,
we
no
doing?
hetero. Chill out, chill out.
Yo. Uh, all right, hold on. Who else we got? So, oh, Lil Wayne definitely need to go on the list.
Well, yo, bro,
Please,
stretching
Lil
it.
Man,
Wayne,
That's
Wayne,
please.
Wayne,
stretching.
Wayne shot himself. He woke up. He seen a white paramedic save his life. So Wayne said, "I ain't black no more. Fuck y'all."
We
That's the
not
news
doing
story.
this, man.
So,
We're
yeah.
not doing
And,
this.
and his first baby mama told y'all why Wayne don't rock with
We're
nobody
not
else.
doing
My
this. We're
name's
not
Lil
doing
You
this.
Wayne,
gotta hold that
and
one,
when you
Tato. He
see
did
me,
say that
I'm
though.
white.
Kodak Black said that, Chris.
All right, hold on. All right, so let me see. Oh, Screaming A could definitely go on there. Hold on.
Gary
Stephen A.
Cole.
Yeah, Stephen A. Oh hell yeah, I gotta put him over
Definitely.
LeBron. That's a fact.
Yeah,
All right.
still. He sound like what's the nigga name? The rooster.
No, Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, he sound like Foghorn Leghorn.
Bruh. Let me see who else we got. mm, let's
Steve
see.
Harvey.
Yeah.
Ooh, you
Ooh.
threw a whole ass cherry.
That's a good one.
I'm I'm going with it.
Yeah, Steve
I'm
Harvey.
going with it.
Not Mr. Potato Head.
Wow.
Oh, Spunky said Stacey Dash.
Oh, for sure. She
Definitely.
left
Yeah,
and tried to come back.
y'all
Yeah.
know
Mm-hmm.
that.
First of all, how is Steve Harvey? Come
Wait,
on now.
how?
He's funny as hell.
Oh, what?
How?
What the
Wait a
I mean,
minute.
he hosts Family Feud. Come on now.
And
That has
his
No,
to
no,
be a
jokes
no,
lie.
is
no, no, no,
lame
no.
on
That
You
has
wait,
to
wait,
everything.
be a
wait, wait,
lie.
Jamila, you didn't see when he acted up and they took away his talk show and then he got back in line so he could keep Family Feud?
Oh no, I
Oh
saw when
yeah.
they put the baby foreskin on his hand, the cream,
Damn.
and he was pissed.
Yeah, no, Steve Harvey back in the day, he used to hate on like young hip hop heads. Like in the '90s, he used to always be hating on like creative young, black youth.
Steve Harvey made
Mm-hmm.
a career based off of hating on people.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
so is that what the Steve Harvey show was about? Is that why he didn't like Bullethead and the Friend? Like, cause they was trying to be creative within the hip hop space? Isn't that isn't that kind of the
No, it's
premise? Slightly, a
low
little
key,
bit though,
low
right?
key,
Yeah,
yeah, a little
yeah.
bit.
Some of those views were definitely in his show. Some of those views hating on like young innovation, black innovation. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Magic Mall said OJ. So check this out, Magic Mall. I ain't going with OJ because he was shocked back into blackness. You know what I'm saying? They accused my man of killing somebody that he ain't killed, and he remembered that he was a nigga. So, if this was back in the '80s, I would have
So wait,
believed.
hold up. But why can he come back and Stacey Dash can't? They in
Oh
the
no,
same boat.
hell
No,
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 not in
no.
the same
No,
boat.
no,
Nah,
hell
hell
no.
no.
Yeah,
Fuck no.
OJ never came back though. When he came back,
Nah,
I ain't
hey,
say
hey, he
OJ came back.
recognized that
I
he
ain't
a
say
nigga.
that.
Hey, he recognized he a Negro. You know what I'm saying? He that I ain't black. I'm OJ. Nah, he recognized. Oh no, I'm still black. He got
shit,
that
that's
shit
some
down.
Tiger Woods shit. He said that's that
Hmm
Tiger Woods talk.
I
Uh,
was about to say
Nah,
Tiger
Tiger Woods
Woods.
ain't claiming the blackness at all though. Like he
all right,
left all the way.
we can take Tiger. We'll put Tiger on him. Hold on. All right.
For
Oh,
shizzle.
Candace Owens, definitely Candace Owens. And she Caribbean though, so all the Caribbeans y'all holding that. Cool. Oh, by the way, so is Stephen A. Smith. Y'all can hold that too. Okay, so let's see. I'm Thomas. I'm checking the. Hey, Deep, you ain't shit. Talking about some King Solomon. You go to hell.
Hey, 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 God damn it!
King Solomon.
I got one bullet for that shit.
You
Hey,
out
you
of
just gotta let it be known.
No slander, bro. What you doing? Eddie Murphy. No, we can't do Eddie like that. Eddie done
Nah,
did too much for the culture, Jack.
I was gonna say that somebody beat me. Look at fucking God, bro.
Nah, bro. Eddie done did too much for the culture. Eddie tried. Like he tried like a motherfucker, dog.
What about that
You know what
dude?
I'm saying?
What's his name? Jesse Lee
Google.
Oh, about
What?
Michael Jordan.
Hold on, wait. What you say, Google
Jesse
Eyes?
Lee Peterson.
Oh, Jesse Lee Peterson. Yeah. Jesse Lee Peterson is the shit. Mm-hmm. That's his job, though. And plus, I don't think most people don't know
He
who
looks like
he
he got
is, so he ain't that good at it.
makeup. He looked like he got blackface on, like makeup on. He doesn't even look black.
Mm-hmm. He don't. Well, most people don't. So, like, most of the people on the stage, do y'all know who Jesse Lee Peterson is?
Nope.
Yeah. So you gotta know who he is. But I know who he is, and yeah, he definitely the top
What,
notch coon. He up there with like Sheriff Clark and shit.
what about Kanye West?
No Kanye slander. What are we doing?
What?
Hey, everybody's fair game. If he coon, he coon.
Oh
You
No,
mad
no.
about Mary? You that mad about
when
Mary?
is Kanye coon? What are we doing?
When they said, do you still think George Bush was racist? Uh, 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 I was young. I spoke out
Hey
of
man.
turn.
Hey, bro. It sounded like he was threatened. God damn it. Hey, Lynetta said, what about some of these black mega preachers? Well, can I get a TD Jakes?
Yeah, he up on there.
TD Jakes is definitely
What
on that
about Dennis
list.
Rodman?
He just confused, man. He had problems
I
as a kid.
know.
I ain't gonna even
I
blame him
can't.
for that.
Mm.
I ain't gonna even blame bro
You
for
know
that.
what? I'll give you. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna tell on myself. Continue.
Yo, what about Tyra Banks?
Hell yeah.
I
Ooh.
was thinking about her
Yeah.
too. Good
Ty,
call.
do you hear the horror stories from people who were actually on that show?
What, Tyra?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, like she's a bitch, and like she really was like wild behind the scenes.
I would like to make a submission for number one.
Who?
The lady from the Popeyes commercial. I digress.
Oh my God! Come on down to Popeyes and try my
No, you know
food.
what? Popeyes' food is nasty as fuck. They got macaroni and cheese, and I'm gonna tell you what,
Wow.
motherfucking Chick-fil-A macaroni and cheese tastes better than Popeyes. I'm disappointed.
Mm, mm, mm.
mm.
What
Chick-fil-A
about Nick
is
Cannon?
disgusting.
Yo,
So
can
what does that
somebody
say
Hey,
about
remove
yo,
this man on
Popeyes?
the
Nick
stage,
Cannon.
please?
Bruh.
Like, we're not
Hey,
gonna
Ep-
allow. We're not gonna tolerate that
hold
kind of
on.
slander here, bro.
Wait.
Damn.
Nick Cannon.
No Nick Cannon slander.
Absolutely.
What are we doing?
Never.
Nobody
Oh
say tonight.
man.
No, hey, dude. Nick Cannon brought on Professor Grip and Tariq Nasheed on his fucking show, bro, and Umar Johnson, bro. Nah, Nick
But
Hey,
Cannon
is
ain't
he
shit.
not
I don't know,
shucking? Wait,
Father.
wait,
Just
wait, wait,
because he
wait, wait,
brings
wait, wait.
somebody
One
on,
second.
don't mean he ain't. You
I
know
was
what I'm
about to
saying?
say,
Because
didn't
Charlemagne do
he?
the same thing, bro. I'm just
Didn't
saying.
he
Where?
shuck and
Because how he
jive?
go to Wildin' Out? How he go from
Didn't
Wildin' Out to that?
didn't he
Mm?
shuck and jive to get Wild 'N Out back?
Yo, y'all remember the root cause of why he got in trouble in the first place? I don't think that's clear. I
Because
Right.
he
think it's the
started the Dr.
opposite.
Nah, bro.
Sebi thing.
Nah,
Nah, it was
Nah,
way.
cause he
Nah.
nigga.
Yeah, but his ass
Yeah, cause
apologized.
nigga.
So, mm-mm.
Exactly.
Hey,
Tell him,
that's a
sister.
fact.
Get him,
hey,
girl.
That's true though.
hey.
Hey,
No,
when you
no, no. So check it out. He look. He got in trouble for being way too real, dog. That he ain't Conan. He got in trouble. Now look, they spanked him. He got back in line, but he tried it though. Now I can't
Yeah,
call him no
he,
Conan for that,
initially
bro.
he wasn't
He
scared
tried
He
at
it.
all.
tried
Right,
it.
he wasn't
He
scared
tried it.
initially. Yeah,
You won't try that shit no more.
no Dr. Umar or no damn Professor Griff on Steve Harvey show.
What about
Exactly.
Whoopi Goldberg? Whoopi
Well, our
Goldberg.
man said he don't think Steve like black people. So that
Never
was,
like black people.
oh well, shit, that was
Yeah.
new information to me when
And
he said
Steve
it.
was giving up the booty all the time.
God
So
damn.
Hey,
he
yo,
was,
How we ain't here?
Wow.
bruh.
What the fuck?
Was Steve was telling him like, "Hey man, I do anything for a position. I don't give a get shoot. Who lap I got to sit on? Y'all ain't never seen that?
Yes, I have. I
Yeah,
have seen that, and
Steve
yes,
been
and
giving it up,
and he was trying to talk Monique. He was like, "Yo," he was trying to tell her she got a coon too. Like
Right.
nigga,
Facts. He definitely was trying.
up there
Uh-huh.
crying on live TV.
nigga,
Said, you gotta play the game. You got to, it's it's so hard.
bruh,
Gotta play the game.
bruh. So yeah, I'm going. Yeah. So Steve is lobbying for number. I don't know. So it's gonna be between Steve and Oprah for number two, dog. I don't know.
Who he have
Oprah
at
been
number
in the
one?
Number
Oprah
one,
been
Jesse
in the
Jackson.
cut, man.
Okay, yeah.
Gail been on some bullshit. Got R.
She
Kelly locked up.
okay, up,
Mm-hmm.
dog. Get out of here.
You said what?
He blaming Gail for R. Kelly. R. Kelly was already gonna get locked up before that.
Hey, the thing is, they definitely helped that shit happen.
Bruh.
They
R.
definitely helped that shit happen.
Kelly,
Hey, I'm not saying he wasn't gonna end up locked up anyway, but again, no Kale slander. What are we doing?
he should have shut up in the interview, bro. That was horrible.
I just want to
What?
say, Robert touched them kids. R. Kelly made good
Fact.
music.
Oh God.
The fuck? Y'all wild.
Hey,
Hey yo, y'all swear to God, y'all wild. All right,
And
hold
after the
on.
interview, she slid out of the limelight, bruh. So I'm just saying.
Who, Gail?
Yeah.
Nah, Gail slid out the limelight
You
after
remember she did
motherfucking after
Kobe?
that shit with Kobe.
Oh,
After
well,
Snoop
true.
cussed her
Well,
ass out.
true.
Was that
Yeah, but
before or after Snoop Dogg called her a
That was
bitch?
way out
Nigga, no, after.
there.
She slid out. She slid out.
Mm.
So she called him. He called her a bitch because of the interview she did with Lisa Leslie
Yep.
when she was trying to motherfucking bring that the Kobe rape shit up. And Lisa was like, "Yeah, that's just my friend. He just passed. I don't really get into all that. Yes, but you have to think that he was
Hey,
accused
look,
of
a week
rape,
after that, she was asked about her friend, and she was like, "Well, I stand by him because her friend
bruh,
got in trouble for raping like a bunch of women."
bruh. Yeah, her and Oprah stay loving on some Harvey Weinstein, Jack. So yeah. Oh yeah, my bad, dog. I forgot to put Jay Z on the list, guys. So we're gonna have to y'all gonna have to atone for your man's hold.
We way past Archer.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All you New York people, y'all gonna have to hold that. All right, so hold on, let me see. All right, so this is the list we got to vote on. We got Jesse, who I think is a lock for number one, just because he killed
what
Martin.
about
But then we got
Juicy?
Juicy Smooth. Yeah, is he a coon or is he just being used by the Democratic Party and the rainbow community?
I have to think.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here, let me read some of the names we got so far. I was thinking, why is May trying to put Childish Gambino on the list?
Got a white
Um,
wife.
Yeah.
just because season 3 of Atlanta is sucking right now, she gonna throw him whole under the bus. That's fucked
Put
up.
that nigga on the list.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Childish Gambino made "Awaken My Love," so he get a pass.
Yeah, and he made "This Is America." That's pretty dope. Um, all right, hold on. So this is the list so far. Hold on, y'all tell me. So we got Candace Owens, Tiger. Somebody said Farrakhan. I don't know, man. Y'all tripping. Sharpton, Oprah and Gail as a combo. Clarence Thomas, Lil Wayne, Stephen A. Smith, Steve Harvey, Stacey Dash, Jesse Lee Peterson, T.D. Jakes, Jay Z, and Jesse Jackson. All right. Did I
Gotta put LeBron on there, bro. He deserves that list. Gotta add it.
And you
Brian?
got to remove Wayne.
Yeah, you gotta add him. Nah, fuck that. They all run together. Gotta
And
add him.
you got to remove Wayne.
Why am I removing Wayne? Do I need to replay the audio?
And add Eddie Murphy on that list.
What the fuck, May? What the fuck? Dude, you ain't never seen Harlem Nights in your life trying to add Eddie Murphy onto the list? Have you seen Coming to
Are
America?
we talking about the
Bruh.
Hell
culture?
nah, she
Or are
still
we
ain't finished the list, cuz. I'm just saying.
are we talking about the culture? Or are we talking about coons?
Well, look, Eddie
Dude.
looked out for Wesley Snipes when Wesley got locked up. Looked out as
I'm
far
sure
as
he did.
acting gigs. Oh
Dude,
shit.
Eddie's track record with movies trying to do Eddie did a lot of black movies for black people against the dude. He put black movies out where the white people was like, "Yo, this ain't realistic because ain't nobody getting shot up and all that shit." It was just a bunch of black professionals, and they killed him for that. Eddie, what are you talking about, man? What are you
Right.
talking about?
Scientists and shit.
You can't pick and choose when you want to defend
What did
someone.
Eddie do that was
Linnell.
coonery,
You
man? What did he
can't do
do?
that.
Tell me what
Just
he
add
did.
him to the list, okay?
Why are we at? No, you got to tell me what he did. You don't just get added to the list. This ain't no goddamn.
He probably told
Uh,
Mary J she don't deserve a feature on the album.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
it's because May didn't like Coming to America. That's what it is. Ain't that what it is?
That's exactly
Goddamn
what it is.
Somalis.
Ask her, did
For
she
that
finish the
movie,
movie?
add
Goddamn
him to the list.
Somali.
Wait, did she finish the movie?
It didn't need to be finished because it was trash, so add him to the
Nigga, you
list.
ain't even see the fucking movie? Oh hell no.
Uh-uh.
I had to.
Hell no. We ain't doing this.
And
No,
yet,
no, no.
You can't
I've seen
disrespect the
Norbit.
princes
That
of
was a
movie,
better
man.
film than Coming to America, in my personal opinion.
No Eddie
But
Murphy
still,
No.
add
slander.
him to the list.
What?
How
No
you
Eddie
playing
Murphy slander.
Norbit?
What are we
Hell
doing?
nah.
Let's see. All right. Anybody else need to go on this list? So, Ray Lewis. We ain't put Ray Lewis on here. Hold on. Ray Lewis.
You guys
Um.
said Roland Martin already?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Definitely
said
need
Roland
Roland
Martin
Martin.
earlier.
My bad. I forgot about Roly Poly. All right.
We
So we
really
got.
not gonna put Childish Gambino on there after he writes tracks about his personal reasons to divest from black women and has gone publicly in interviews talking about it.
I didn't see that.
Thank you, Paige.
What did he? What? Just send me a link. Let me hear it.
That Trump's Wheezy song.
Oh,
Put Wheezy. Take Wheezy off and put Childish
He
Gambino
is a
on.
Nick.
self-hating coon.
Hold on, man. What the fuck? Okay,
Donald
yo.
Trump, Donald Trump Wayne. I'm just
Not definitely Trump's
Word.
Wheezy.
and gossip is one
Hey,
of my favorite verses from Wayne. Nah, hell no.
make sure you add Mario on the
Hmm.
list too.
And somebody got shot by
Damn.
the police. And a young black rich. If that don't let you know that America understand black matter these days, I don't know what it is. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matter, especially to my.
What you say, Tato?
I,
What you say?
He's speaking from a celebrity aspect. That don't count, bro.
Are
And he was a
we
child
are
star,
we
so
using Ray
we're not even
Lewis?
gonna go there.
Hold on, what you say, Rodney?
Are we going to call Ray Lewis to the carpet?
Oh no. Ray Lewis is on the list, bro.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Ray Lewis is definitely on
That's what I tomorrow.
the
We can put Marcus Garvey on there.
Hey yo, what Jamal? Is Jamal here?
Damn.
Hey Jamal, come up
Not
here.
here.
Hold on, what's Jamal
Right.
at? Mm. All right, hold on. So we got all right.
Somebody said
Nice
Tyler
healthy list.
Perry.
I can ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I said that earlier to chat.
You did. May did say that. So you should have campaigned for that instead of goddamn
Nope, still add Eddie Murphy
Eddie
to that.
Murphy. Not gonna happen. Paige,
I'm,
did you send me the Childish Gambino thing so I'll post it in Discord so fam can judge it?
how do we feel about Tiffany Haddish? Is she cool or Wanda
Oh my
Sykes?
No,
God, are you
She
no,
serious?
cool.
No,
Leave
she
her
nope.
shit. Then
alone,
Kev
Tiffany
got to
man.
is
be up there
cool.
too, then, right?
What about Wanda
Tiffany
Sykes?
Haddish is cool.
Wanda can go
Yes,
in the trash.
Ain't no way.
Joseph. She's
Mm. So this is what I'll say. For Tiff, so she always does the same. That's her shtick. Like outside of that, like I don't. So she, when the music starts and she dances. You know what I'm saying? She don't go above an extra coonery. She just kind of do her black girl imitation shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know about
Man,
Tiff.
please.
Again, I'm not caping for her. I'm just saying I can't see above who on this list
Tiffany
do she beat out
Tiffany
besides Farrakhan?
brought out the hoisms. I mean, the wholeness.
Well,
Uh,
Th- she relied
real,
on
real, well,
raunch
bro, that
type
was her real
music.
life.
All
That
right,
was
I
her real
stand
life,
corrected.
though. Yeah, she
well,
actually lived that.
mm-hmm. All right, cool.
Can we add
Hey,
Charlemagne to that list?
Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Nah,
Mm.
man, I'd rather add Envy over
Yeah,
Charlemagne
let's add
first,
Envy in there.
personally.
Charlamagne, oh,
Mm.
shit. Envy don't.
Is
Put Envy
Envy
in there.
even
Yeah,
black? Is
Man,
Envy
put them
even black?
both
Charlemagne
on
be
there.
holding it down sometimes, man. Envy be on that
Is he
bullshit.
even black?
Who,
Yeah.
Envy?
Yeah.
We don't do color.
Great
That nigga name
question,
is
May.
Rashawn.
I
Great
love that
Caused a
name.
question,
whole ass
May.
tear out the 10th floor, goddamn it. That was great.
Great question, May. Is he black? I don't know.
That
Somebody
waffle
said.
colored Negro, as Charlemagne would call him.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Let
trying
me
to sell a
see. Hold
book
on. We
right
go.
now, and the way he going about it is nasty out here. What?
Who?
Yeah,
Envy?
his wife is yeah. Y'all ain't seen the clips. It's wild out here on these streets.
She's channeling the spirit, the divine spirit
Yeah.
of Jada. You know what I mean?
Big
She's
facts.
emasculating him. She said he never made her come all that time, and then doing mad fake orgasms. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no fucking way.
So wait a minute. Are they still married?
Yeah, they got back
Yes,
after he was crying
they've
on
been on
air
a
and
book
shit.
tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did y'all hear about the dementia with the mom?
Yeah, that was some
And
bullshit.
how she said, yeah, how she said that was basically her mom had dementia to make sure she didn't develop. Yeah, it was
And
ridiculous.
she said that God taking her mother was her mother was a distraction from her relationship. So God took her mother so she would no longer be distracted, so she could focus on her relationship. I ain't never heard no more bullshit in my
Look at
life.
God.
Why mama catches straight from the angels, though? Nah, bitch, we don't need you to get out of here. Pow. Like, no. Why?
Boy, they try to sell these books, man. God damn.
Oh
Bruh.
my God. It was like, and I believe that God took my mother because she was a distraction from my
Nah,
relationship.
me and God gonna have to square up because that's mom.
Ain't
That's
no way.
ours.
The
Halabosi.
fact Envy let her get that off though, bro. How you?
Nah, hold on. All right, hold on, guys. We gonna do a vote. Mm.
Wait, I've added some more to the
Oh God, who you trying to add, woman?
check the chat.
Hey, Linnell, want to tell you something though?
I've
What's
added
up?
Virgil.
To bring up
Um,
African people that's coons. Hold on.
You
no.
Oh
said what?
shit, you got
Anyways,
me
I can
going
give you a big
fast.
list. Um, I can give you a
Diddy
whole list.
definitely.
But I
Somebody
added
say
Van
Kanye.
Oh,
Jones.
Van Jones. Oh my God. What? Yeah, we got to
Oh,
throw
you
him
know
in.
what? Yeah, Van. Yeah, I'm gonna throw Van on here. Yeah, Van is
And Diddy.
definitely his crying
So
ass.
remove Weezy by
And
Adam
Yeah.
Van.
Diddy.
Thank you.
Yo,
You
whoa,
you
Who's
can
the
you
whoa,
can
remix?
remove Weezy and put Diddy in there.
whoa. All right, hold on. This what I need to. I'm gonna make a poll.
And then
Um,
Virgil.
Virgil.
where you adding Virgil?
Virgil has to go on there. Virgil
Virgil
has
has
to
to
go
go
on
on that list.
there. Has to go on
Definitely.
there.
Why? What do he
Has
do?
to. Virgil?
Yeah, what do he do? I don't know too
He
much about the
designed
man.
He
the
No,
started
I
You
the
know
talking
who
about
he
not?
design.
is. I know who he is. I'm saying, what did he do?
he designed those red face, blood face looking t-shirts celebs was wearing for a minute.
What's that
Oh
with
yes,
That
And
absolutely.
he
mimic
never and
Hey, yo,
as
Virgil.
a black designer, he's never really um supported the black models when they were speak about the because like representation does matter, and when it came to the runway he never really did have as a black fashion, especially being able to hold the designs that he was doing and the companies that he was with, like his diversity, especially when it came to the melon representation, it was lacking always. You've always had the Kendall Jenners and the Gigi Hadids, but never your black models. If he did, he had like the well known like Ducky Thought, what's that other Sudanese model, Iman Hameen, like Cindy Berna. Like he had like the top percent of black models who've already have established name. Like he never really put other black models out there like that.
And to be clear, I'm referring to the Frazzle Drip video with the the
Hmm.
young girl looked without her skin on her face. That's the same logo that Virgil designed, and we seen Hova wear.
Mm.
No, Jehovah. I mean, fucking Jay-Z wearing that shit, etc.
Hey, Paige, is it in the video that you posted?
No, that was an article. I'm trying to find like an actual interview. All I'm finding are like his quotes.
No. Okay.
But like,
So
bump all
it's not
that.
this
If
video
you
right here.
listen to his, no, it's not that video. If you listen to his music, like all he did, because I used to listen to Childish Gambino and then I stopped because like literally all his music, he went through like a severe yellow fever phase. And then after his yellow fever phase, he just went on to white women. And then when asked about it, he was just like, well, black women are mean.
Self
And like that
hate.
was his
That's all it
excuse.
screams.
Is
Well,
Self
he
hold on,
hate.
hold
wrong though?
He's
on.
on the spectrum.
Hey, look, no,
Uh-uh.
hold on, hold on,
Hey, bro,
hold on,
you
wait, stop,
god damn,
because
Solomon,
look
I-
at my dude's background.
you about
That
to
nigga
get
was
bullied right now.
hold on. That nigga swear. I can 100% attest that nigga was bullied by the black woman community, bro. Black women was not checking for Danny Glover until he
On the
made
spectrum head ass.
I get
it.
it, but now you've like harnessed that trauma so deeply that all your work is like hella performative and for the white gaze, like to narrate this whole "I'm black, woe is me, look at me, be awkward, white people, please get out of here." Like I'm not here for Donald Glover.
I
Nah,
mean,
Damn,
he did
damn.
star in
Clap
Star
it up for
Wars.
Paige.
nah. Donald Glover can go on there, but not Childish Gambino. That's two different people.
They both are
Get it right.
bad,
It's
Nagi.
the
Two
same
different.
It's not the
person.
same
Child.
There's no
person.
difference.
Childish
Just because
Gambino
he's
Split.
coming
likes
up,
Asian and whites, and Donald Glover likes whites and hates
which
blacks. What's the
Split
difference? They
Tia
exactly.
both
and
suck. Put them
Tamara.
on the
Well,
list.
one makes good
Twins.
music.
It doesn't matter. At the
Hell
end of
no,
the
About
Tia,
day,
Tia
at
and
the end of
Tamara
the
though.
day, it's the
What's
same. He's the same individual. It doesn't matter
Childish Gambino is not the
whether
same.
represent.
Hold on, I'll show
No, it's the
proof.
same.
I'll bring proof. No, hold on.
but Tamara definitely left
Hey,
50
No, you know
Unit,
who else
right?
can go
Tia
in?
stay, right?
But I
No,
don't
yeah,
think
Tia stay.
so.
I
Are we
said
saying also
Tamara can go
marrying
in.
out counts? because that's not
No,
Yes.
that's
no.
coon
Yeah.
behavior. You marrying
Yeah,
outside your
No,
race.
Yes. Yes.
the vibe too.
Hell yeah.
Because
no.
once they marry out,
What
then it's like
level
I
is
have a
that?
ride.
Because if that's the case, that's all of Hollywood. What are we talking
Hell
about?
Okay,
no.
so all of it is on the list.
Not Eddie.
Not
If we
Snoop,
don't if we don't put
Eddie
marriage
didn't
Eddie,
marry
Eddie,
out
I'm
Or
sure
there.
he did marry. He has a
no,
white wife.
Denzel.
No, he has a black wife.
Eddie don't got
Black
no white
Eddie
Queen.
did
wife.
marry a white woman at some point. What are y'all talking
And
No, he
about?
and
didn't. He
Boomerang.
didn't.
No,
No,
he
And
he
didn't.
Boomerang.
didn't. No, he
Who was
didn't.
white?
He ain't even marry her in Boomerang.
Girlfriend don't count.
Okay, still doesn't matter. He at some point had uh
His
He trying
wife
to
and his
make it
kids
make
are
She's
black.
sense.
thinking of Boomerang. She's thinking
Yeah,
of Boomerang.
out of here.
She ain't even
Before I
seen
start putting
Boomerang.
he had an
Hey,
entanglement.
let's
I
put
guess he's
Michael
Boomerang.
Blackston
First of
at the
all,
top
chill
of the
out.
list. Then.
He had an
Michael
entanglement
Blackston.
with a white woman. That
But
counts.
he was married. What we're talking about is marriage, meaning like
You definitely
Legacy.
Marriage is
essentially
just a piece of
obligating
Legacy.
yourself
paper,
to.
George.
So where does that leave John
Legacy.
Legend?
Marriage is just a piece of
John
paper.
Legend been out of there.
He been eating bodies with the Clintons and shit. Fuck that nigga.
God damn.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. He cool.
Y'all got no chill.
Where I can't even talk, yo.
Michael Blackston.
Mm. All right, hold on. Let's see. Um,
Yep. Look at the Discord, Solomon.
what's that?
Just go look at the Discord.
Uh,
And I'm saying I'm mute. I
he's
said
in.
my piece.
He's engaged. I don't know if he got married yet though.
Whose baby is that?
Well, if that's the case, you might as well put Michael Jordan on the
Go
list.
ahead and do it.
That's
Hey,
All right,
yo.
hold on. Wait. Mike can definitely go on the list. Hold on.
Yeah, Mike's been
Nah,
on.
we ain't
What
gonna speed
what
past
Mike
Eddie until
said?
that new
If
information
you
came
got a
about.
problem with it, you can. McDonald's
Right,
is always
Kato?
hiring.
Put Eddie on the list. Tell Linnell to do
Yeah.
that.
Put Mike
Yeah,
on the
don't try to
board.
speed
Chat
past
talking
Eddie
about
because
he
new
did it for the
evidence came
culture.
up,
And we're
nigga.
not talking about what he did and didn't do for
Hey,
the culture.
bro.
We're just simply looking at
Hey,
the
Goo, what's
stats
the
and the facts. And he's a coon. Add
just
him to the list.
Objection.
Whoa.
Based
Okay, let's
off
put
Yeah,
down
I'm
your
a.
each of the vote.
terms, he went
Hold
All
on.
outside the
y'all
race.
listen.
Therefore, he's a
All
coon. That's
those
what you
who
guys
think
said.
that
Add
Eddie
him to the
Murphy
list.
is the coon, say aye.
I.
Opposed?
just
Say
Nay.
nay.
all right.
I'm
Yeah,
opposed.
Hey,
nay.
get that
Rest
shit
of
out of
Nah.
here.
it's official. He's not a
Dang, I
coon.
never thought I'd see a day that he had a
Man, you
coon in
make
him,
me
bro.
start putting up Sudanese people. You better relax.
Go ahead and do what you're gonna do.
Well,
I already volunteered to give you a whole
List
list.
them
What are
up.
we talking about, my guy?
Here,
hold on.
all right,
Let's
I got
see.
you. Hold on.
Nays have it.
Okay,
All
go
right,
ahead and
hold
put
on.
Farrakhan on there.
Farrakhan? Why we putting
Damn.
Farrakhan on here?
Yes,
God damn,
Farrakhan.
that sounded a little
For the
personal.
Scientology. Scientology connection.
Wait, hold on.
Let's
Good
hear this.
brethren, why Farrakhan? Let
His
me hear
father.
this.
I,
Wait, when CB came to all the black leaders, he listed Farrakhan as one that he went to let them know about health, and they did not want to help him.
All right, okay, I get it. So the thing is, he wrote his own book though. Farrakhan got his own book, How to Eat to Live. So that's like competition. It ain't like Farrakhan is promoting chitlins and shit.
Nah, he's a coon. He's a
All
sellout.
right,
If you want to put it into perspective, yeah, the
go
Nation of
ahead.
Islam has the biggest black army, and they don't do nothing with it. If they want, they can
Facts
turn this
matter.
whole thing around today, and they haven't.
All right,
Facts.
now,
but that's not a coon.
yeah. So now, I agree with the good brethren on one thing, right? Well, I agree with him on a lot of stuff. Now, we've had this discussion before, right? And I think I don't know. Did I have this discussion with y'all about it? You know what? It wasn't during a room. I think we had this in like an off room, and we was in the temple about what's allowed and what's not allowed. So um, earlier when we went through kind of what the military did um, in terms of investigating and infiltrating black organizations, right? They have an agreement with a lot with leaders, right? You can say what you want, right? But you can't do anything. You get what I'm saying? um, Anybody that tries to do anything, that's when they off your ass and get rid of your organization, right? So Farrakhan knows the limits he can go to, right? Which is I think was part of the issue with Malcolm, right? Malcolm didn't really understand the nature of the agreement that you can say what the fuck you want, but you can't do anything. Malcolm was about to try to do some shit, and that's the problem, right? So Farrakhan. Now again, I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm trying to lay out the situation,
So we all talk then, is what you're
huh?
saying. So we all
Yes,
talk then.
yeah. No. Farrakhan's definitely all talk, but again, if he wasn't, they would fucking kill him and undo everything that the nation like, all of that shit, right? So now, understanding that, y'all can discuss if y'all want to put him on the list or not.
I say yes, because
Add
if
him
you
to
got
the
all these
list.
people and you got this biggest army and all this, but you all talking, ain't nobody doing nothing. What are you accomplishing besides
Add him to the
like
list.
uh yeah, man, I don't, yeah.
So that's the thing, though, right? Um, the army that ain't enough to take out the fucking United States Army, right? However, if he decides that his rhetoric can do more for the culture than a physical war, right? Mm, okay, but that's all I'm saying. So if y'all, he on the list, but I think that's the context under which he's operating, right? I don't think he's necessarily scared, but I think he knows he can't win, and the only thing that he can do, he does, which is, you know what I'm saying, he talks that shit. You know what I mean?
I
But
don't like
again,
that. That with the way you put it, like I don't like that shit then. Like are we
okay, I get it, I get it. Mm, so yeah, um, hold on. May no, that was Google that posted that shit. How the fuck Bill Cosby gonna call Eddie Murphy a coon over SNL snub? Oh no. That's because he cracked the joke about him and shit.
It was
Hey,
too
well thing,
soon. It was too soon.
hey, you know what? Bill used to kick and poke at Eddie too, like for real, for real. Like they beef go back, like go back. Dude, hey, have you ever seen Eddie Murphy Raw? Dude,
Yes.
remember how he talked about how Bill called his ass? Like that shit was
Mm.
real. Bill called him and talked that shit.
Yeah, so then for him to turn around and do that to him, then he is a coon. Yes.
I get you. No, okay. All right.
So
Again.
go ahead and add him to the list.
Dude, y'all. Okay, that's fine. I'll add them to this just for y'all. But we still got to vote on the list though.
Omari Hardwick, Sierra,
Oh
um,
my.
Definitely Sarah. Yep.
What
Sierra,
does Sierra do?
She
What's
went to
Sierra
the
do?
White
Sierra.
House and said that she something about the vaccine and how she encourages it. She looked like a whole goof. I think she might have even said she was gonna vaccinate her kids or some shit. I don't know, but
Mm,
she's a puppet.
that's not
Okay.
what I was.
Well, what else
She
she did then?
been
Did we
bleak.
Who
have
you
somebody
talking about?
to the list?
Hey yo, so what? Does Kevin Hart go on the list?
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Sierra.
Gabrielle Union need to go on that list
Why is
too.
Kevin Hart on the list?
Who?
Gabrielle Union.
Kevin Hart is the biggest.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Hart is what?
Mm.
Kevin Hart did a complete 360. He was all grassroots and down to earth, and then all of a sudden, everything he directly from his mouth wouldn't do, he did. Put on a. Let's put Martin on there. Uh,
I'm still trying. Wait, do we have anybody that's safe? Like,
All right,
God damn,
so
who we
check it
got
out.
left?
Okay. Look, I feel better about Mary. Shit.
put the Wayans brothers on there.
Wait.
Ooh, yeah, hey
Mar-
yo.
put
Oh,
Marlon.
Hey,
the
I'm
whole
with that.
family or which
Hey,
one?
no,
Marlon
no, 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 no.
son. Not
I
just
think we.
Marlon. Just
No,
Marlon.
it's Marlon. I was gonna say Marlon.
Come
Yeah,
on,
Oh,
man.
it's Marlon.
Six Men is my
Marlon.
favorite movie. How we get here?
It doesn't matter. We're not talking about favorites. We're
Marlon
talking
Man,
Wayans.
about their
off the movie
actions.
alone, I gotta say my man's. We
Hey, X. Did you see the TV show Marlon?
They did
no,
white chick. White chick.
I used to watch the Jamie Foxx show when that came up. I mean, it
Oh,
was
okay.
different time slots, but Jamie Foxx show was
Uh,
my show.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. So check it out. All right, so hold on. We gotta start whittling down some of these names. Okay, so who the fuck is this Google guy?
Wait,
What is he
wait.
doing?
What's his name? The one with the green eyes. He scares me sometimes. From
What
Empire.
the fuck? Who?
I
Michael
almost said
Ealy?
Michael Ealy.
No, not
That
Michael Ealy.
uh,
That's from Beyonce's music video. The one
Terrence
he was
Howard.
in
we whooping these tricks.
Martin's movie.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah, Terrence Howard.
Terrence
Who said
Howard.
the one with the green
Yes.
eyes? Terrence
nah,
Howard.
not Terrence Howard
What?
too. About to kill him.
That was a
Who? Terrence
that
Howard?
was a no for
Hmm.
Terrence Howard.
Nah,
Yeah.
we ain't doing Terrence. We ain't doing Terrence Howard. All right, cool. So we gotta start eliminating some people. All right, so check this out. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 13. It's 13 people in the entertainment industry. All right, we gotta
Okay,
eliminate
then we
some
gotta
people.
add Jesse Smollett. I'm sorry, but we gotta
Remove
add Jesse
Hold
Smollett.
Wayne.
on, wait. We're removing people. Hold on. Time out.
Remove Wayne.
Yeah.
Dude, do I need to play this audio
Nah,
again?
cuz he gotta be on there. He with the music industry, fam. He gotta
Nah,
be
bro.
on there,
That
bro.
act is not as egregious. It was a one
One
time thing.
off.
No,
Y'all let niggas lead the culture
It
and
was,
come
it was
back and
so
play my
bad that
shit, bro.
Ti talking about I'm gonna have to talk to him, bro. When Ti needs to talk to you,
Nah,
fam,
man.
that's how you know it's
Nah,
bad,
fam.
bro.
Nah, fam. Y'all letting niggas come back to the
Expeditious.
community like they not ops and shit. I don't want to hear shit, bro.
Hey, yo, you wildin'. All right, hold
Listen,
on.
bad publicity is still good publicity. Okay.
Who said that?
All right, hold on,
And
hold on,
Wayne
hold
not
on.
even rocking with black women no more. I'm just saying.
Don't try to do no
I'm
add-ons,
just,
man. He had a couple
a
kids.
couple
Not
kids,
go
bro.
through.
His people.
He had a
I
couple
The
mean,
last
children,
black
bro.
one
Like,
was
I
that's
think
something.
Nivea,
so.
bro. It went from Toya to Nivea to
No, his last
Christina,
black one
huh?
was Laura London, bro.
no, it wasn't.
Oh, it was, huh? Damn, I forgot about Lauren. Oh, I
Uh-huh.
don't rock with her anyway.
Uh-huh.
Behind my man's, but it's all good.
Yeah.
I just saw in the
Mm-hmm.
chat
It's all
Herschel
good.
Walker. Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker can definitely go on the
Hey,
list.
nah,
Got to miss you,
Tato,
bro.
you
How we get here?
didn't
CTE.
What'd you say, Najee?
He
Denise
said
Bennett
CTE.
is last lady.
What you say, Najee?
Denise Bennett is Wayne's last lady. That girl ain't black.
Oh,
No, he
okay.
said
All
the
right, hold
Technically,
first.
on,
his
wait,
He
wait.
said
last
his last
girlfriend that
black
he's
woman
engaged to
was
ain't black.
Nivea.
She's blonde, white. What about her?
The plus
Who?
size model.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, you talking about Eddie still?
And he got her pregnant.
Why
And
are
they're
you
engaged.
still
And she's a
trying to come at
blonde.
Eddie? What are we doing?
All right,
I'm
look,
just saying.
We
I'm just
hey,
eliminated
saying.
Weighing
Eddie.
off
about to
Eddie.
unleash.
Potato, tomato, tomato. If you're going to add Weezy on that list, you might as well add
Facts.
The
Eddie.
jury found
Dude,
But
Eddie
Eddie ain't
innocent.
said nothing outrageous like Wayne did,
He didn't
bro. You
support
can't play
Monique.
that for your
One
bruh.
off, man.
Bro,
wait. Who didn't support Monique?
Eddie.
get it.
Wait,
What?
Eddie said something about Monique. No, that was Steve Harvey.
That was Steve Harvey. That wasn't Eddie.
One off. All I'm saying.
You dismissing your black people?
All I'm saying is y'all can remove Wayne, bro.
Oh
All
no,
right.
that's two different black
Anyway,
people. But nah, Wayne staying, cuz. And that hurts me
all right.
because
So,
Wayne was my guy.
All right, Linnell,
all right.
I'm
Hold on.
my African list.
You can hold on. Wait.
Or
Africans is a
What?
Mojo.
whole fucking.
What's
No,
it called?
That's a
Linnell.
whole separate list, bruh.
Uh,
What's up, man? What's up, man?
Jesse Smollett. Add him to that list.
What did Juicy do besides get used by the Democrats
And
and the
then he
rainbow
blamed
community?
black. He blamed other black Africans.
Nah, he didn't blame.
Um,
That's when they found out the jig was
Well,
up.
still, they
right. He
got
didn't.
in.
Right. He didn't
He
blame
He
them.
never,
scammed
He
other black
used
people.
them.
He should have scammed the whites,
nah,
No,
he.
he.
That's what he did. He started out scamming the whites.
but
He
he
never
did it
blamed the
bad.
black
That's
people.
what I'm saying. He didn't do it
The
properly.
action flipped on him, so they broke code.
Listen, we
Right.
gonna blame him
Exactly.
still.
So let's blame the African brothers for snitching
No,
on
That
let's
Juicy
blame
Smollett.
him for getting the Africans involved.
no, that dude was
Mm,
put his back on. He snitched on him.
no.
Nah, pause.
No. All right. Hold on. We got to eliminate some people. Hold on. So we only got 10 spots. We got 9 left. Jesse is number one. Oh, yeah, I
Wait,
haven't
number one to
heard.
be removed?
No. Nessie went on. He's number one on the list. So we only got 9 spots left. So we got to pick 3 people from. So I got entertainment, politics, and sports. So we get 3 people from each of these categories. All right.
I think it should be overall.
I think if
Hmm.
we're gonna do
We gotta have one
entertainment,
from
we
sports.
gotta do the
Who's this?
ringleader. We gotta do the ringleader, and that's Oprah
Yeah,
for
I
entertainment.
agree.
All
I
right.
agree.
So entertainment. All right. So entertainment is Oprah and
Yes, the
Gail.
combo.
All
Yes.
right.
Who's
All
the
right.
athletes
So
we
in
got?
politics, athletes. So in sports, we got Tiger, Stephen A. Smith, Ray Lewis, Bronny, MJ, and Herschel Walker.
Well, you said Bronny?
There's no Shaq.
As
What about retired players?
LeBron
oh
James. Herschel Walker's retired.
What about Shaq?
no, Shaq.
Shaq.
Nah.
Just
Man,
check the Discord. Just check
Shaq
the
is definitely a
Discord.
coon.
I got Stephen A. Then. Oh man, god damn it. I need
Hey
LeBron on that
Tato,
list, cuz.
did he apologize or
Nah, fam.
did he release his He released a statement. I remember that shit. He released a
But
statement. It wasn't him.
he was trying
He
to
apologized, fam. I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
Who?
We removed.
wait, man. He was trying to get pardoned by Trump. Is that what you? Wait, hold on. Let
Nah.
me read it. Let me go on mute. Can somebody
We
mute him
didn't
real
No.
quick? Thank
apologize.
you. Hold on.
His publicist did that shit. That
Had
was
nothing to do with
Yeah, I
him.
But
know.
I
I'm a
mean,
freaking
let's
that
be
did it.
honest.
Damn.
When he said it had nothing to do with him, we know what the Black Lives Movement organization is. So he's not wrong about
Thank
that.
you, man.
If we're being honest,
What the
let's
fuck?
be honest here.
And he said, "Yo, I'm a young rich nigga in America. What you mean? Black lives matter? Of course it matter. My life matter, especially to my bitches. What? What?
But we do know the
What?
Black Lives Matter. It's not like it's not like me just saying the phrase Black Lives Matter. No,
Oh,
it's
hey,
a
all
whole
right.
Tato.
I'm about to
movement.
let one off, Linnell.
It's a cult.
Digimon Horus. Let's go.
Hold on, wait. He Paige also said when he said what he wouldn't date nobody his skin color or darker.
What did Amistad do?
Amistad, bruh. Give us
Yo,
a
who else said?
free.
Yo, who else said that shit? They wouldn't date no dark skin woman. Was it Black Youngster or what?
Kodak.
Kodak.
What? Kodak Black. Kodak Black.
Black
Yeah.
Youngster too, and Kodak.
Kodak actually going on this batch. Kodak is trash.
But
All
he's
right, cool.
Haitian, so the Haitians
All
can
right.
hold that.
Nah, we still going on with this appeal right here, my guy. We're not moving on to Weezy's rules from the list,
All
bro.
right,
Hey,
hold on,
Wayne,
wait.
stand, bro.
All right, so hold on. Oprah and Gail in the entertainment gotta stay. All right, now in politics, who else gotta stay? We got Candace Owens, Farrakhan, Clarence Thomas, Roland Martin. Oh
Angela
God,
Rye.
Al Sharp, Al Sharpton, Van
Definitely gotta
Jones.
stay. Al Sharpton definitely gotta stay. You see all these shootings of black
Al
men. He's always
Sharpton.
the first one to pop
Wait,
up.
Envy didn't make the list?
All right.
Benjamin Crump.
Oh, Envy is on the entertainment list.
No, no one tops Oprah and Gail. I'm sorry. Black and whites go through them.
So
All
I
right,
guess what
cool.
I'm looking at now, like we picking the top 10 people, but like who also makes the biggest impact, right? Or no? Because I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Breakfast Club does
yeah.
make a big impact. You know, Stephen A is on every goddamn day. Um,
Mm-hmm. All right,
that's
so
kind of
in sports, you saying Stephen A. over Ray Lewis,
hell
Bronny,
yeah.
Michael Jordan, and Herschel Walker?
You forgot Barkley.
Oh, Barkley. I'm sorry, Barkley.
See, Barkley, Jordan, and Tiger used to run together. Um, damn, I don't,
Shaq. Somebody said Shaq. It wasn't going. Oh, here go
I ain't
Jr.
going
Hey,
with Shaq.
Jr. Come up here. All right, Jr. Hey, somebody bring Jr. up. We're gonna tell him what we're doing. See what he got. All right, Jr. This is what we're doing. We're doing the top 10 coons. All right.
Ask him for his number one first. Don't tell him who we. JL, who's your number one?
Who's your number one coon, Jr.?
Anybody in anybody anywhere?
Yeah.
Charles Barkley.
Over Stephen A. and Ray Lewis.
Yo.
Good selection.
Charles Barkley.
I respect it.
All right, so all right, so hold on. All right, Barkley is on the list, but we got to vote on it. All right, so check it
Who's the
out.
backup,
We
JR?
got Charles Barkley. All right, we got
Clarence Thomas.
he's on the list as well. All right, cool. So number one, I have declared Must be Jesse Jackson because he killed Martin. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. None of these niggas on the list did that was worse than that. So, um, we so number one in entertainment, we got Oprah and Gail. All right. So who else is on the list in entertainment? We got Tyler Perry, Lil Wayne, Stacey Dash, um, Jesse Lee Peterson, um, Jazz. Who's Jazz?
It's
Who's
probably Jay
Jazz?
Z.
Oh, Jay Z. Yeah, Jay Z, Diddy, Envy, Eddie Murphy, Sierra, Kevin Hart, Gabrielle Union, Marlon Wayans, and Kodak Black. All right. So number one in that category is Oprah and Gail by overwhelming majority. All right, cool. Politics. We got Candace Owens, Farrakhan, Clarence Thomas, Roland Martin, Al Sharpton, Van Jones. All right.
Wait, y'all
The
disrespecting the minister?
bruh,
How did
bruh,
he even make the list?
Everybody
bruh.
gets it. Nobody's
I
safe.
I asked that same shit, bruh. Anyway, we
That's
voting on it.
blasphemy,
So,
man.
bruh, I agree with
Do
you.
you
So
guys
we
not?
voting
Do
on it.
you guys not listen to his messages and what he says?
Hey, hold on. What? Good brethren, where you at?
I'm still here listening.
Go, hey, tell Jr. Why Farrakhan's on the list, man.
He sells his own people like every day. Obviously, yeah, as discussed, like he's not going beyond certain measurements that you can't go. But knowing that and not fighting for your people, knowing that you've got so many people underneath you that are willing to jump up, like you've got your own army, like he has to be on there.
Mm, mm,
At some
mm.
point, your words don't hold power anymore, and
The opinions being viewed about Minister Farrakhan are not the views of Jr. Linnell, BiggerThan.com, BlackIsUniform.com, Tato
Bruh.
Chop,
Bruh.
anybody from Jersey or the East Coast.
Bruh. Dude, I live 10 minutes from Farrakhan, dog. I gotta relax. Like, I literally live 10 minutes away from dude. That's what's funny. All right. Let's see where we at. All right. So, in politics, the number one overall pick was Sharpton. Okay. Now, we are in sports. Who's the number one overall pick between Tiger, Stephen A. Ray Lewis, Brian James, MJ, Herschel Walker, and Charles Barkley?
Charles Barkley's got my vote.
No,
You guys gotta hear some of this shit come out of his mouth.
I definitely do.
Stephen A. is up there
Is
though,
he
bro.
worse than Stephen
Man,
A., bro?
See,
Stephen A.
Stephen A. only comments on mostly sports shit. Barkley gets into it with like policing and all that type of shit.
He
All right.
hijacked Cap's movement, man. I don't know, bro. Teamed up with
Mm,
Jay Z. Yeah,
That was a farce.
you can
mm-hmm.
say some stuff, but
All right.
then when you take away from the movement, I don't know if Barkley ever took away from a movement like that. I mean, maybe you might know, but I'm going with
Hey,
Stephen A.
bro. Both of these dudes trying to dude, Stephen, he always under calling people thugs and dude, that is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Dude, yeah, I don't know. Steven's pretty bad. Dude, remember he went to the school and told them told a bunch of kids that racism didn't exist?
Damn, I missed that one.
Kind of
What?
sounds like what Kanye did, but
What?
I'm going on mute.
Bro, Stephen A.
No.
is the
I
worst,
couldn't
bro.
get
I'm
to my
telling
mic
you.
fast enough, Tato.
No. Hey yo, Tato. No Kanye slang. What
Nah,
the
you
fuck are
ain't
you
gonna
doing?
breeze past that shit, bro, because he did that shit, bro.
Oh.
And you can't negate the coonery on that shit.
He
No,
said,
no, 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 no. He said slavery was a choice. That's different than saying racism don't exist. What you talking about?
Bro, it's along the same fucking
That's even
lines, bro.
worse.
No.
Who would choose to be
nah,
a slave? That's
no,
even worse.
Hey
that's
yo, a
clickbait.
lot of
That ain't
people
what he
did.
fully said. So
Right.
into it, that was click.
but going off of the criteria that you guys made, technically he married a white woman, therefore he belongs on the list.
No,
Who man?
hold on, May. You and Joseph put that married.
But is
I
KK
never
really
said
white
that.
though?
That
Yeah,
was you
it
and Joseph who said that. I
wasn't.
didn't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
You wanted to address me?
Said your name, didn't I, sir?
What did I say?
Yeah, I put the white woman criteria in the coon joint.
Hell yeah! Get the fuck out of here! I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of hearing it across the board.
I'm talking about the youngsters breath smelling like Similac with behind the and I mean that affectionately to you youngsters.
Hold on, wait.
I want you to hear me because I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna alarm you with what I'm about to say, but I want you to listen. Racism doesn't exist. Obviously.
Who is that talking?
I changed my
Stephen A.
vote.
Smith.
Of course it doesn't.
Thank
Changed
you.
my vote.
Not for you. See, you don't have to go to the back of the bus. You're not denied the opportunity to eat at restaurants or to enter nightclubs or to patronize businesses. You have the right to vote. You're not being lynched. You're not being hung. You're not going through the trials and tribulations your ancestors, recent and far beyond recent, endured so you can sit here today. You're older. You know I'm not talking about you. But youngsters, nobody's trying to hear that. You need.
I can't do anymore.
I was about to say, turn that shit
I
the
changed
fuck
my vote.
off.
I changed my vote.
I was
He's
watching
definitely the worst.
Why'd you get to that?
Can we run the Kanye can we run the Kanye take, please?
Wait, who was that?
Stephen A. Smith.
Question is, what somebody is worth, his or Mary's?
Here's a what?
In a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he now. You said who? So he has a who?
What soundbite is worse, his or Mary's?
Mary still got the top
Uh,
vote, bro.
No,
Mary
definitely
sitting there
his.
singing with the
Nah,
Definitely
motherfuckers.
Mary's
nah,
singing
cause
about
Mary's
when
all
was
that.
Mary shit,
enjoyable. He did it.
when you
Nah,
hear
that was
Mary shit,
cringeable.
mate,
Nah, I was sitting over
you can
here
feel her
doing my Mary
dancing
J.
as she's
Blige.
singing. Like, nah, that's
Okay,
Mary
Are
definitely
you
I
got the
was
talking
top
about
over
the
vote.
here.
chicken commercial?
Mm-mm.
No, talking about her singing to Hillary
It's a
Clinton.
bob.
Did you see that
Oh
shit,
Jesus.
Jr.? Did you see it?
No, I don't want to see that shit.
Go,
Please back channel
It's a
that. Don't play
bob.
that. Please back
Is
channel
it
that.
a
hold on, wait,
gun?
You
wait,
said it's a
wait.
bop?
Is it not? Is it a wallet? Is it your life?
Hey yo, wait, hold
What?
on,
You
wait,
gotta
wait,
be
wait, wait,
stopped.
wait,
It's not a bop.
wait, hold on. We gonna play it.
Wait,
No,
can you
don't
let
play it. I can't listen to it.
When an officer stops you.
Wait, hold on, wait. We gotta play it.
If an officer stops you, always be polite
Nigga, what?
and never ever run away. Promise mama you'll keep your hands
Are you
inside.
dead ass?
Is it a gun?
Here we go.
Is it a knife?
Uh.
Is it a wallet? This is your life. It ain't no secret. It ain't no secret. No secret, my friend. You can get killed just for living in your American skin.
Not black, but American.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm.
Let the record reflect that she's from Yonkers, which is Westchester County.
Yo.
Yeah, bro.
I'm telling
If
you,
an
I can't
officer
wait.
stops you. First off, that song had no beat. It was going nowhere. It was like y'all literally made this shit up before she walked on scene. Like, get
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
She's
here.
Get
looking right
Slade the
into
remix
Hillary's
god
eyes.
onto that. Come on now.
If an officer stops you, boom, 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 boom. If an officer stops you, boom, boom.
Bro,
Like, come on.
I Marquise need to get his hands on that, do a Jersey remix. I'm just saying.
Bro. All
That shit
right,
was
hold
going.
on.
Weezy with a body that, huh,
Yeah,
Tato?
what are we doing, X? What are we doing, X? What are we doing?
Cause Wayne was my guy until he said that bullshit, bro.
Man. All right.
Wow.
He too said that racism doesn't exist.
Did we
Not
put
what he
Creflo
said.
Dollar on there?
That
No,
is
we
what
put
he
him under
said.
the
He said that he went as far as to say that it was a white cop that saved his life, so he knows there's no such
All
thing as
right,
racism.
my fingers on the
Yep.
my
See?
fingers on the
That all black cops
in
stepped
room
over
thing.
him.
We about to boom this room, you guys. We about to have a good night. We're not about to do this shit.
yeah, hold on, wait. Wait. All right, so hold on. Oprah Gale, wait. All right, time out, wait. Sharp down. All right, so and then Screaming A. Stephen A is number 4.
Oh, that's great. Screaming A.
Racism
Fucks
is
with it.
over.
Scream,
It's over.
Scream, Screaming A Smith. All right, so that's 1 through 4. We got Jesse Jackson, Oprah, and Gale. Their package deal, of course. Al Sharpton and Screaming A Smith. Those are your top 4. All right. Now, Joseph, I forgot about TD Jakes and Creflo Dollar. So they're going in the politics category. All right, cool. Now, we got 6 slots left. All right. So who we got left? All right. So give me in entertainment. Tell you who we got left. We got Tyler Perry, Lil Wayne, Stacey Dash, Jesse Lee Peterson, Jay-Z, Diddy, Envy, Eddie, Sierra, Kevin Hart, Gabrielle Union, Marlon, and Kodak Black.
Jay-Z.
All right. I heard of Jay-Z. Anybody want to second that?
Was it removed?
No. Oh well, hold on. Wait. Who we removing? Who can get removed from
You
those
can
6
take
spots?
off Kevin Hart, Gabrielle,
All right.
um,
We agree with that?
Stacey
We
Dash
can
was kind of
take
flagrant.
Gabrielle, but I don't know about Kevin Hart.
All right, so Gabrielle can go. Okay, who else can go?
I can't remember the other. Jay-Z staying on the list because he's 5
Yeah.
for me. So that's my
All
pick.
right. Tyler Perry, he got to stay or no?
He gotta stay. Has to.
All
Well,
right.
or never mind.
All
He has
right.
to think
Diddy.
over office.
Somebody in the
Diddy.
chat said he created his own Hollywood and made his own seat at the table. Does that
Hold on,
count?
how come I haven't heard Obama's name?
He met. Wait.
You
We
know
want to
what?
talk about.
Obama definitely goes on here. My bad.
You want to
But
talk
was
Go
that
about
ahead.
Tyler
difference going to
Perry making his
Outcast
own seat at the
Monique?
table and making all these black people wear these horrible ass wigs? Are we dead ass? Ain't no way.
All
Weak argument. Sweet.
right. You know what? So I think Obama's gonna take number 5 slot. He's definitely on the list. All right. Cool. All right. All right. Cool. All right. So Barry's on the list already. All right. So here we go. Um. So who we got? Give me one more from entertainment. Who's the top coon in entertainment right now? Tyler.
Jay-Z. Definitely Jay-Z.
Nobody mentioned Chris Rock.
Jay-Z. Nah.
Jay
Because
Z.
if Jay-Z, if you get on Jay-Z's bad list, you out. You done. Once you get on that list, like he will like blackball you from everything.
Even Dr. Umar didn't even want to go after the Carters because he's trying to get his school job.
All right. So Jay Z tops in the entertainment right now. We got number 1 coon. All right, that's cool. All right, so we got Jay Z as the number 1 coon. All right, go ahead.
And he derailed the Occupy Wall Street movement. Hell yeah,
He
he's on
did.
that list. Fuck yeah.
All right,
Now you gotta
Jay's
add
on.
Virgil to
Wasn't
that
he
list too.
responsible for
I'm
that
sorry.
movie that y'all all love? That they was killing each other in and nobody
No,
wasn't hit?
nigga, Jamila, if you don't go on fucking mute.
He did do the Khalid Browder joint though.
Can
All
you
right,
go
his
ahead
ass
and
is on
add
the list. All
Virgil to
right.
that list, please?
Yeah, okay, I got you, man. God
No,
damn.
because
All right,
no, seriously, he
he's
doesn't
on. No, he's on the list. He's on the list.
okay
I got
because he doesn't have any black. Forget about the models. Even his employees are not black. I forgot about that part. And
you.
then
All right,
the
cool.
movement that you guys are criticizing for Wayne not supporting that same movement, he only donated $50.
Hey, that's hilarious. All right. All right. So here, back in politics. This is what we got left. We got Candace Owens, Farrakhan, Clarence Thomas, Roland Martin, Van Jones, T.D. Jakes, and Creflo Dollar. Give me one.
Hey, yo, how about that dude from CNN?
Don Lemon,
No, the one
Van
that
Jones.
cried.
the
Yeah,
one
the
that
one that's
cries all the
married.
time. That's
Yeah,
Van
the one that's
Jones.
married to the white woman.
They all married to the white woman, except for Don Lemon.
Oh,
He
he
killed his
does
man.
cry all the fucking time, huh? Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad America has chosen justice.
Oh,
Build
he does
America.
all he fucking
Don.
cry.
I see my Kleenex.
Oh shit! I forgot about Terry Crews in entertainment, guys. My
Don.
bad. Terry
You
Crews
talking
definitely.
about Don? Don. What's his name?
No, he's talking about Van Jones.
Yeah, I said
Van
that
Jones was
already.
the one who cried when the election results came out.
The
And he was like,
bald-headed
I'm
black
so
dude with
proud
the
to be a
glasses,
black
right?
man.
I can
I
tell
can
my
tell my
kids.
children.
All right, you know what? I like Van on that too.
You
Okay,
talking about the
Van Jones
bald-headed guy with
goes.
the
And the
glasses?
whole time,
Hell
best
yeah.
friends
Yeah.
with Trump family.
Hey yo, oddly enough, Paige, you know when he got fired from CNN, Van Jones for being one of Obama's homies, Prince brought him to his house and funded his nonprofit. Van Jones's. Van Jones told the story about how Prince brought him to the house, sat him down, and was like, "Look, what you want to do," and then wrote him a check to fund him. So we can blame
Because
Prince
he
for
was
Van Jones being full of
well,
things.
because he was trying to. He was wait. He was trying to believe in something that he thought he was believing in, but come to find out, he's still a coon. It wasn't Prince. Prince was never on no coon shit. Be very clear about that.
I agree.
Talk about
I
it.
agree. All right, hold on. Let's see.
100%. He took on the whole industry.
All right, great. All right, guys. We got now. We need another pick from sports. We got Tiger, Ray Lewis, Bron James, Michael Jordan, Herschel Walker, Charles Barkley. Give me one.
LeBron.
Magic Johnson.
As a coon? Now he definitely a
Yes,
coon, but above Charles
Oh,
Barkley,
over
Michael Jordan,
LeBron?
and Ray
Nah.
Lewis.
bro. Let's talk about it. Do we really think this man has HIV or AIDS?
No.
Nah, not
Oh,
at
okay.
all.
He
Oh, okay.
does. He has a rare mutation that stops him from dying from it.
Child.
It's a
That's
variant.
funny. He got the first COVID. He just didn't die from it.
He got the placebo. Got it. Okay. But now there's millions of black boys on PrEP. I'm going on mute.
Mm. All right, cool. What? Hold on. So, hey, we need one. What we doing? Tiger, Ray Lewis, Bronny, MJ, Herschel Walker, Barkley.
I have a question. So why is Shaquille O'Neal not
I
on?
mean, Shaq can go on the list, but that don't make sure. I mean,
Or just mean
No,
like,
Shaq be doing mad stuff for the
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shaq
I
be
don't know why
getting
Shaq
put
ain't.
on.
Yeah. I don't, like,
Well, y'all
why
got
would
the
he
list.
be
What
on the
y'all
list
think?
though?
JR.
He has
He
no
needs to be
real
on the
role
Take
list.
him
on
Like
the
y'all
off.
just
list.
saying names.
Take him off,
all
What's the
man.
right.
reason?
Well, he's on it, but nobody's voting
But
for him. Fine.
why?
Give me one. Tiger, Ray Lewis, Bron James, Michael Jordan, Herschel Walker, or Charles Barkley. What you got?
Wow, that's a hard one between Tiger and Charles Barkley, man.
They all
Because
ran
Tiger,
together. That's the thing.
Tiger doesn't even admit that he's black.
No, he says he's not black.
Let's
That's a
say
fact.
He said I'm not black.
No,
It's
that's what I'm saying. He
Kablasian.
doesn't even admit it.
All right. So what you
Damn,
want to
can
do?
they be tied and put them both up there? They're both
Well, if
black.
I
he's
mean, the
not
thing is, hey,
denying it.
to X's point, Tiger, Michael Jordan, and Charles Barkley all do hang together and shit. Y'all want to
Well,
make them a package
they
deal?
they did though.
Charles
Yeah.
Barkley and Michael Jordan are more vocal than Tiger.
Yeah, I would say
Mike.
Charles Barkley would be the one that does the most harm verbally to people. He's
Yeah.
always trying
And
to
Mike did
go above and
physical
beyond.
harm.
and
Mike just
Tiger
allowed
Woods
himself to
is
be used. He allowed his name to be used.
yeah,
Mm.
Tiger Woods is too sedated.
All right, hold on. So Charles Barkley is definitely the most vocal. What y'all think? Chuck?
Definitely.
All right. Chuck is definitely most vocal out of all of them.
I need some. I mean,
He's a black shamer. He's a shamer. He'll when something happens in the news, He'll have to speak up to shame motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
He
Okay.
got the Alabama. Isn't he
All
from
right.
Alabama? Isn't he?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So he don't really look at shit. I want to put LeBron up there, but hearing y'all speak about Charles, I'm just trying to think about all the
Yo,
shit
how
I
can
didn't
we put
heard.
LeBron up there when he put that school together, man? With
Man,
the
that ain't even
food,
his
the
school,
lights.
man. That ain't his shit.
Hell no to Shannon
What is it,
Sharp.
sponsored by
That
All
Campbell's?
right.
Man, LeBron tried to get the Karens out of here, man. He ain't, man.
Shannon Sharp put the black amount and the fucking wave cap on TV, man. Shannon Sharp is now on that list.
All right.
That's coonery.
Mhm. All right. I heard Barkley. We're gonna go
By
Barkley.
definition, you're
All right.
right,
We got
Najee.
3 spots left. 3 spots left. 3 spots left, and we under the time crunch. I'm gonna need y'all to think quicker. All right. So back to entertainment. Who we got between Tyler Perry, Lil Wayne, Stacey Dash, Jesse Lee Peterson, Diddy, Envy, Eddie, Sierra, Kevin Hart, Marlon Wayne, Kodak Black, Virgil, and Terry Crews.
Envy.
Nah, it
Envy
definitely
be
gotta
saying some
be
wild shit.
I don't know. Terry Crews is killing, man. Oh, do y'all forget
yeah.
about Terry Crews?
Yeah, it's definitely Terry Crews, hands
Yeah,
down.
Dude, Terry Crews, he came and let the white man grab his Johnson in front of his wife.
yeah,
Y'all
but
remember
is
that?
he as vocal? I
Nah.
mean, I get
Hell
it, but
Oh yeah,
like,
we
yeah.
talked about Terry Crews for like 2 years straight.
Well, was he
Yeah. Terry
vocal or
Crews,
just
stay on.
trying to say what happened? Uh,
Ain't even talking about that.
I
Terry
think that
Crews
and
went on
Tyler
Twitter
Perry.
and said, hold on, let me go find the tweets.
Bruh, hold on. I could pull up Terry Crews tweets too. Hey, Terry Crews is a major Conan. Hold on.
Yeah, Terry Crews is master coon.
Yeah,
Y'all ever see
yeah,
what this nigga was doing
But
to white
not as
chicks?
much as Steve Harvey and Tyler Perry.
Steve Harvey ain't on the list yet?
Add him to that
Ooh.
list.
Harvey, does
Hey,
he go on the comedian? Where we put Steve Harvey?
that's
uh,
entertainment, bro.
hold on. Did I? Oh, shit. I forgot to move his name over. Oh, Steve Harvey definitely need to be on this list. Damn. Shit. All right. Hold
Envy
on.
kind of reminds me of like Wayne, like too rich and just removed from this shit
Who?
until like, Envy. Like some of the comments he be saying, that's what he reminded me of.
All right. Hold on. Wait.
Do you guys seriously
Steve.
count him though? Are
All
you
right.
seriously
Wait.
counting Envy? I'm sorry. I just want to know.
Man,
Hold
you
on.
doing color now.
Between Steve Harvey and Terry Crews, who y'all got?
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Hmm?
Steve Harvey.
We split. I need some more people.
Steve is
Jr. Who
that
you got
bad?
between Steve and
Nah,
Terry,
Steve
bro?
Harvey, he's a arch enemy of hip hop back in the '90s.
And
Steve
then
Harvey.
low key, no, like low key, I feel like he's
You know I
getting up
can't
there
stand
with
him,
Jay
man.
Z.
Steve Harvey all day.
I feel like he's also like a gatekeeper. Like he's getting up there with Jay Z.
Steve Harvey.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve
Yeah,
Harvey definitely.
the
All right,
gate, the
Steve
keeper
Harvey. Yeah, he did
He
try
aspect.
to
stepped there and
convince
told
Yeah.
the
Monique.
black
All right, hold
woman, don't
on.
fight for your freedom. He's literally told a black woman, don't fight for your freedom.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
all
got
right. So,
both
Willingly
on
be a
there.
slave.
all right, hold on. All right, so look,
Lee
we
Daniels.
got we got 2 slots left. Um, now we can throw Terry Crews in sports because he was an athlete too.
No, we're not counting that, man.
Man, hell no.
Hey, all right. So hold on. Wait. All right. So between all right, here we got Candace Owens Farrakhan, Clarence Thomas, Roland Martin, TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar. Who you got?
TD Jakes.
Somebody said TD Jakes.
I'm gonna go with
No.
Roland Martin.
Roland Martin is definitely a Democratic
Yeah, he
coon.
tries to keep us married to the
It's a
Democratic
little
Party.
uh, fat dude.
Yeah. Beep. Mm-hmm. All right. I heard Roland. Somebody said TD Jakes. What we doing? Everybody don't go quiet now.
Can you read the list again?
It's between Candace Owens, Farrakhan, Clarence
Farrakhan.
Thomas, Roland Martin, T.D. Jakes, and Creflo Dollar.
Farrakhan.
Nah,
Mm-hmm.
he don't really got too much. I mean,
All right. Candace Owens, you mean? Let's see. Hold on. All right, here. Let's try this one.
Candace
Y'all
Owens
hear?
is openly paid, bro.
I was gonna say yeah.
She
I
is
don't think you
definitely
should
openly
consider
paid.
Candace.
She
We
is
all know
definitely
her.
openly paid.
She's like Ben. What's his name? Ben something. And the politician. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Ben
Carson
Crump,
Huh?
Ben Crump, Ben
or
No.
Shapiro, Ben
Carson.
Shapiro.
No, the one that was in charge of HUD.
Carson.
No, Ben Carson.
Yeah, her and Ben Carson the same.
But
I wouldn't count them.
man, Carson ain't as vocal no more though. He was vocal in his early career. He was vocal during the little political shit he got with the hood.
All right, y'all seem to be stuck. Hold on.
Sounds like
All
we
right,
got a strong 8.
we do got a strong gate. All right, hold on. Tiger, Ray Lewis, Brian James, Michael Jordan, Herschel Walker.
Shit, throw all of them in there. They God damn it, just make them all 9.
Hold on. We got a strong 8. The thing is, hold on. Let me see. Terry Crews is hella strong. Think
Ray
Terry
Lewis be
Crews. So
crying on
Virgil,
TV, bro. Like they don't get no worse than that, my
he
man.
definitely be crying on TV.
They don't get
I
no
agree.
worse. At least the other ones ain't really cry. I don't think
I think
Brian
LeBron
we
Jones
cried.
and cried like a motherfucker, dog.
Well,
we should ask Snoop Dogg just for hanging around with Martha
Yeah,
Stewart.
but Ray being a murder case though, man. Like I don't even know why. Does he make excuses like that for them?
Bruh, you ain't see when the Kaepernick shit. I wasn't kneeling. I
he
was
derailed
praying.
this whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
I forgot about
and
that
then
shit.
LeBron is tied to Obama with
Forgot about
the
that
bubble
Alice
shit.
Strange shit.
So
That's why he put two knees down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow, I'm back on mute.
Hey yo. All right. Hold on, man. We got a strong 8. We're gonna come back. We're gonna have to talk about this in the offering. We're gonna come back on next week and we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out then.
If anybody else wants to follow the argument, just follow us to the temple because we're gonna
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
good
yeah.
argument.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk this one out. All right, yo, this has been cool. Um, a lot of discussions about the Black Boule. Um, what they are, who they are, what they do, why they're dangerous, um, where they come from. Um, so let's see. We got the water break tomorrow. So Chico's got the water break tomorrow. Chico here? I thought he was here. He been popping in and out. I thought he was here. Anyway, Chico's here. He was here. So we got the water break tomorrow, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern. We back for 10-4 on Friday. Yo, what are we talking about 10-4 on Friday? What did I say we was gonna do?
Y'all was going down the line with JFK. I don't know how far y'all got.
No, so we wasn't doing J. We wasn't
Ain't
doing
we doing
JFK.
the
Huh?
ain't we doing the Illuminati shit?
Was it Illuminati? Oh,
Illuminati.
differentiating the different branches of the
Yeah.
Illuminati or types. Yeah, something like that. Or talking about the different yeah, the different factions and shit like that. Yeah, that's interesting. So
Hey,
I think
Lena,
what's up?
I just want the record to reflect on the replay that even though I'm on this stage, I just came here for the list. I was not here for the whole room. Thank you.
J Jaime Escalante Rodriguez Jr. was not here for the whole Boule talk. He just got here for the list. So he is absolved from all of his paymasters for participating. Please don't punish him for that. All right, cool. All right, guys. VictorPayne.com. Check out the link up top. Also, the hold on, man. I want y'all to check out the commercial. I'm gonna post a commercial.
I'll post it.
Are you gonna post it? All right, yeah. So check out the commercial, man. Y'all check out the commercial. Leave a comment or something. on the YouTube under the commercial. And share it. Yeah, share the commercial. Send it to your people. What else? So tonight, the water break. Friday, we back for 10-4 halftime, 10 o'clock Eastern. And then we'll see y'all again on Wednesday. So yeah, so tonight and Friday. All right. Right now we're gonna go to the temple and probably try to round out the list. I'm gonna try to get some. I'm gonna make them do something. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna make them do something. So, all right, man. I'm gonna see y'all. See y'all tonight at 10-4 hat. Also, click on the link, bro. The link up top. Check out the commercial. Doo-doo.
Crownies is a CBD infused hair oil specially formulated to relieve scalp pain caused by braiding and twisting. It promotes hair growth and alleviates dry and flaky scalp due to psoriasis and eczema. Crownies is the relief we've all been waiting for. Go to vigorforpain.com and order your bottle today. Vigor Sport is love and light in a bottle, a CBD infused salve that rids the body of pain. Arthritis, carpal tunnel, and muscle aches. There's no job too great for Vigor Sport. Headaches, muscle spasms, and menstrual cramps are a thing of the past. Vigor Sport is the Swiss Army knife of your medicine cabinet. Order your jar today at vigorforpain.com.